warrior with the hands. That's what I'm all about. Hunger in my eyes, vengeance in my mouth. They don't want no altercation. Situation gon' get critical. It's best that you be easy. The end gon' be biblical. Look, flow like a river. It's something like a miracle. Royalty in my bank, loyalty in my waist. Pay back in every breath. Plus revenge in my heart. The truth in every word. Bring light into the dark. And I ain't never lukewarm. Shit, I blazing in the season. Got plenty food for thought. Just gotta watch who I'm feeding. Now they walking with them angels. So I guess I got this pistol for no reason. Niggas barely breathing, criticizing all my achievements. Won't make me weak. Nah, it won't make me slack off. These niggas baby fat soft. Better bear witness or back off. I be ripping shit like sackcloth. Dumb dogs all blocked out. Behind me say I cup full. No room for emotion. So I pour my heart out. This road hard, but I intend to stay. And if it ain't UPK, it ain't in the way. My niggas righteous, they real, they down to something. Flow so deep, they drown a motherfucker. He say he in the truth, oh yeah? Bro, this the home. And I don't hate them brothers, I'm just too loyal to my own. Plus what they believe, hard for me to follow. No rank me, no head. And I ain't leaving this body to live and sleep it hollow. So when they ask I'm UPK,
numbers is up already.
And I ain't sure about ways, but nothing. Gotta execute something. Cause I can never down my tail tucked between my legs. Shit I be thinking, watching my daughters tucked in their bed. They so smart, and Alana, she's so beautiful, but they ain't like other babies. And they daddy pop usual. Now I'm missing cause I'm about my father's business. It ain't about the shit I used to do, and that 98 nagging, the tan never ceases. See, without wisdom, this world make you weak. I found out that the truth was bitter. The lies are sweet. Tried everything. I guess me and Yahanna had to meet. Now I make the blind see. And I make the dead speak. And teach both my little girls the day that they lie with a man. They better bring me bloody bed sheets. Chaos match the time. This Glock match my handpiece. And I ain't trying to take him out, but I will defend this house. Or take a check. 144 in this black trench on some hitman shit. She called it 47. Praying for Armageddon. Me and my soldiers dressed for the wedding. Fuck the fame. Ask why I tell them I'm loyal to the king. Until the righteous reign. Loyal to the king. I want this straight lane to break the chain. Loyal to the king. The devil can't have me. Bitch, I'm loyal to the king. Bring that hot flame. You can say loyal to the king. Until the righteous reign. Lord to the king, I want this straight line to break the chains. Lord to the king, the devil can't have me. Bitch, I'm Lord to the king. Bring that hot, you can say Lord to the king. Any man give his life for Yahweh Shah, Mashiach, and Christ, and fall up under that UPK banner. It's my brother and my blood, and I will die and kill for him.
What was
that called?
100 proof.
What's it called?
Feel it, huh? Yeah. That shit ain't no placement. Get the job done.
Take round. Now this ain't no movement, this is take down. We would not be moved or intimidated. We ain't the type. You got a problem, tell them cross the fucking line. My niggas set the light, soldiers to the left and right. I die for every man's body. Before I be a coward, I'd rather be a dead body. This will be my kingdom with an hourglass. You can either get with it or get flipped like an hourglass. We live by honor and no excuse. You sit the prayer up to the Lord. I told you let all the terrorists be loose. Hold your tongue or get rebuked, cause you made a truce. With a race that made bunch of dice, how to buy bills. Scared of who? You got got your gun, then pull it. Me and my niggas started to argue, it's about who gon' bite the bullet. It gon' take round, opponents better move slow. Attack dog for this truth, nigga, cool dog. On the ground, 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 on the ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Get back, get back, back up, get back, get back, get back, back up, get back, get back. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take grip, 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 take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down. Take grip, take grip, take grip, take grip, take grip, take grip, take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down, boy. Oh, thought you could cross us with no consequence, but you will pick it. You should've used your common sense. My zeal lit, that means you could never prevent. Hey, when it's true sit, hey, when warriors dwell. Be wise with the weapons, cause I promise. My nine just like my wife, she conceals, she modest. I know two things, around the women I pop. And any man harm me and my eyes will go meet the doc. Cause this life is warfare, it's not an easy walk. Been watching my people die, so you can miss me with that love talk. My I.S.U.P.K soldiers, any man try to cross your path, make him regret what that means.
Follow me, sir.
Comparing me and you really ain't no contest. Lonely one west, say what? Lonely one west. This for those who thinking we ain't ready for. Tell them back up, I'm about to drop something heavy for. On the ground, 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 on the ground. It's all about that warfare, boy. Get back, get back, back up, get back, get back, get back, back up, get back, get back. It's all about that warfare, boy. Take grip, 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 take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down. Take grip, take grip, take grip, take grip, take grip, take grip, take grip. My soldiers take grip till I'm stand down, boy.
After this, I'll be ready.
Traitors, them fucking traitors. Check it out. They say that they was down for the fan, but I disagree. Remember summertime in the van, it was misery. AC never worked, window cracked, I feel the breeze. Guess that ain't mean shit to you, so loyalty. They'd rather be up home with the mama for rolling weed. I'd rather put the love of my brothers over the greed. I'd rather be frontline when I battle my enemies than home on the internet pushing and punching keys. They say that they had love for the camp, but nigga please. We don't need that kind of love, I'ma just keep it G. My heart done got cold on traders like Mr. Freeze. We just want to show you how I feel to get victory. I'm with UPK, so we ain't really seeing defeat. We battle on the corners, opponents get fricassee. We side switching niggas, flipping to different teams. Bad mouth, one west, lucky he let you breathe. As mercy from the general, told us to let you be. They say he had the gold cause he ain't getting clean. But really he just hate us niggas like Paul and Dean. He leave, now he broke, ain't smoking on nicotine. Copping down to bottom, he still got another fiend. Since I've been with you, nigga, like I'm living a dream. Pulling up in the 90s long as the limousine. Hopping out with soldiers, you thinking we the Marines. But we the ones with beers, me mugging on magazines. All my brothers, please never overthrow the regime. And we gon' reign forever, our level heavy supreme fucking traitor. Yeah, why you let me too, my nigga, you silly, yo? Just to get taught by a nigga who really go to I.S.U.P.K online videos. We should take them all down and see what we really know. Get your boobs, lace them up, let's follow the generals. Always speaking truth, no speaking subliminal shit. Line upon line, even letters and syllables. Cause the I.S.U.P.K is the fucking original shit. All my niggas kings who used to be criminals in the land of the thieves, the home of the Seminoles. Don't cross the fucking line cause it can get critical. Cause my hitters, my nigga is down to get physical. Shit, I shouldn't have to say, but something you should know. Like the white man is the devil and Christ is a Negro. And he died for the blacks, Hispanics, and Chief show. Something there one of your preachers will ever teach yo. If you wanna know the truth, you know where to come find it. UPK, you niggas gon' pay homage. Spit rubies, piss gold, and bleed diamonds. On a bomb mission to free my people from bondage. Yeah. There's a new set of rules you shall all have to abide by. The non-lyrical shall be terminated.
Shalom, what's going on, Israel? We are the ISUPK, started 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. And our mission is to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who they are according to the Bible, and that the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
And when I say oppressor, y'all know exactly who the hell I mean. You understand? Today's class, we gonna, touch on something that's near and dear to my heart, and that's the oppressor being the devil the Bible speaks of, man.
Right.
We must understand this. We must live this. We must breathe this. We must act this. We must feel this in our goddamn bones, man. You understand? Once you know who your enemies are, once you know who your enemy is, you get what I'm saying? You won't be shocked by nothing they do, because you know that's your goddamn enemy. You know what his mission is. You get what I'm saying? Listen, everybody watch sports. Y'all have watched sports before. Y'all have rooted for a team, right? Now, the team that you're rooting for, you want them to do what? You want them to win, right?
Right.
The team that you're rooting against, you want them to lose, right?
Right.
That's how you got to look at blacks and whites in America. Listen, your team has been chosen for you. You get what I'm saying? You don't get to decide. I know America teaches you that you can do what you want to do and you can say what you want to say and all that crap. That's not the truth. That's not true for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's true for the oppressor in his country. Yeah, this is his country. This is his world. You get what I'm saying? He can do that, but you can't. You can't self-identify as a white man and think that you're gonna get some goddamn respect. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So for you to be out here thinking that you can do what these oppressors do, you're setting yourself up for failure. You keep on thinking that, man. That's why we out here still suffering what we're suffering, because we're so busy trying to be a part of America. Listen, goddamn America. We've been trying to be a part of America since they brought us over here. And what has it gotten us?
Right.
It has gotten us absolutely nothing. It has gotten our sons and our daughters murdered, raped. You get what I'm saying? Taken from us. You name it. The most wicked, foul things that you could think of has happened to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians here in America. Why the hell do you still want to be a part of this place? You understand? What you need to understand is that the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. And we gonna get it, man. And when I say the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of, what made me want to do this class is that, I was watching Captain Tazariak, and he was slaughtering some Christian on Cyanetta, on, how you say his name, Cyanetta?
Right.
On Cyanetta's platform, right? And, Captain Tazariak had a lot going on with his family and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And so congratulations to Captain Tazariak also, you know what I'm saying? Got some new warriors here for us, you know what I'm saying? Breaking the warriors out in Israel. He doing what General Muhammad told him to do, bringing them kids in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he had to cut out. And the funny part is, people watching that show was coming in talking about they feel that the Christian pastor won. And I'm thinking in my head, what the hell did he win? You know what I'm saying? The stupidity award? Was it some stupidity awards being passed out? He won at absolutely nothing.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? He's sitting up here trying to say that the oppressor is not the devil the Bible speaks of. You get what I'm saying? Well, if that's the case, then who is he?
Right.
Because we all can agree that there's a devil out here, right?
Right.
There's evil and wicked things being done on earth. If you can't believe in God without the devil, right?
Right.
They go hand in hand, right? Some of y'all think that Christians think that the devil is more powerful than God. That's what they believe. That's how they justify their sin and their stupidity. The devil made me do it. You ever hear that? The devil the devil made me do it. No, you did it because you wanted to. You did it because you don't love the Most High, because you hate the Most High. And you want to serve your own freaking lust. That's why you did it. You get what I'm saying? There is no carnality on the face of this planet that can make me do anything that I don't want to do.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And that's what it boils down to. You know why I came into the UPK? Because I wanted to.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You want to know why I quit smoking weed and selling drugs and all that other wicked filth that I was doing? Because I wanted to. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I wanted to serve the Lord. It's that simple. Not only did I want to serve the Lord, but I wanted to save my people.
Right.
I wanted to save my brothers and my sisters. I wanted to save my own goddamn wicked self. And that's the truth. That's why I'm here now. Because I wanted to save myself and my brothers and my sisters, my family. I wanted to save as many of us as I could. You get what I'm saying? As I can. Because I was blind out here. And the bad part is, like, we see people all the time. We get it all the time. I know I do. I get people that agree with everything that we say. Man, y'all so right. Cops is killing niggas. The world is racist. Blase scoop. Yada 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 yada.
Right.
But you know why they won't join? Because they can't put that goddamn weed down.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And here, let me tell you something. Even though they agree with us, you know why they can't put that weed down? Because they love the white man more than they love their own brothers. That's why. Every time you fire that blunt up, every time that you do that wickedness, guess who you loving? You loving the oppressor.
Right.
You are loving the oppressor. He put that there to destroy you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man and woman. He put that in our neighborhoods to destroy us. We so quick to blame the dope dealer for selling the dope, but we don't never blame the person that brought the dope into our communities.
Right. Right.
The devil was the one that brought them into our communities, man. And I want to start this off the right way, man. I want to prove that when we say that the oppressor is the devil, the Bible speaks of, that we are talking about an actual man. And we're going to get that precept in Isaiah 14, and I believe it starts at 12. Isaiah 14 and 12. Because the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of, man. He is one wicked, foul, hideous, disgusting, you name it. He is all of that and then some. You understand? Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 12.
Go ahead.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?
Listen, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Now we know who that's talking about, right? Like Lucifer was an angel, was he not? But in this concept, it's not. It's talking about, we're gonna get into it, how the spirit of that angel is on a certain group of people. Let's get some more.
How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
Which did what?
Weaken the nations.
Listen, who on what group of people on planet Earth is weakening the other nations?
Right.
That's America. America is all about making the other nations as weak as possible.
Right.
We have army bases in everywhere that we can possibly put up an army base. They even got one in goddamn outer space now. They got an army base in outer space. You get what I'm saying? They trying to weaken every single solitary nation on planet Earth. This has been their goal since the beginning. You get what I'm saying? This is part of him being a cunt and hunter. Let's get some more on the scriptures.
Good. Verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven.
Like I just said, the space program. Who is the nation of people that's just set up a space program?
Right.
Ain't that what Donald Trump do? Donald Trump is trying to build a goddamn Death Star. Listen, I'm a Star Wars fan too. But who the hell wants to build a goddamn Death Star? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Who's doing that? I'll tell you who, the oppressor. That's who. And you keep on thinking that it's to fight some goddamn Independence Day aliens. Some I know you watch all that bull crap that be coming on YouTube and the History Channel and stuff, talking about the draconian aliens and the bloodsuckers and all of that. You keep on thinking it's for them. Let me tell you something. If there was any truth to that filth, guess who's in bed with them? The oppressor. Guess who's making deals with them? The oppressor. You get what I'm saying? But that space program and all that is not for them. It's not. It's not. Who is it for? It's for the Most High. It's for the Most High in Christ and them 200 million angels. That's who it's for. To try to fight the Most High. That's the oppressor's whole mindset. His whole mindset is to fight the Most High. Let's get some more in the scriptures.
God. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
Man, ain't that it right there? Ain't that the oppressor right there? He has put his throne above all the stars of the Most High. You get what I'm saying? That's why when you look at the priests and prophets in Christianity, what color are they? They're all white, right?
Right.
Let me tell you something. The priests and prophets, the teachers in the Bible, the church, the nation of Israel, all of them is the stars of the Most High. All of them belongs to the Most High. And he has made his throne above them. That's why when you Google Christ right now on your goddamn phones, or as General Muhammad would say, on your Google machines, if you Google Christ right now, what color is he going to pop up?
All right.
He's going to pop up the color of the same people who has been oppressing you from day one. You think that's by just sheer? Now listen, here's the funny part. Google is supposed to be like what's the word I'm looking for? Like the most accurate machine on planet Earth, right?
Right.
It's supposed to get stuff as accurate as possible. Like if you're going somewhere, it can tell you how to get there. It knows everything else, right?
Right.
But Google don't know the color of Christ from some odd reason, huh?
Right.
Google's so goddamn racist. If you ask them what is the true color of Christ, it's gonna say it's gonna describe him as an Arab. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's gonna break it down like he was as what the oppressor would call a sand nigga. They made Christ a Muslim all of a sudden. Let's get some more on the scriptures.
God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation.
That's the oppressor right now. He wants to be above every goddamn thing. Think about the highest hierarchy that you can think of in the world and tell me who's at the top of it.
Right.
It's a goddamn oppressor. It don't matter what it is. When you think about the court systems and all of that, you go through one court system and get to another, and who's at the top of it? An oppressor. Like all these goddamn bills trying to get passed for the stimulus checks and all that other filth. Guess who's at the top of all of that? An oppressor. He wants to be at the top of everything. You know what I'm saying? He's a goddamn caveman. He used to dwell in the mountains. He's used to dwelling in high places and trying to be on top of everything. It's just in his blood. He can't help it. The goddamn animal. Just like your dog, when he's in heat, he can't help but to hump. That's the oppressor.
Right.
Let's get some more in the scriptures.
In the sides of the north. Verse 14.
North America, sounds familiar.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Man, like I was just bringing it out earlier, what color is Christ right now? If you Google Christ, he pops up the color of the oppressor. If you Google God, he pops up the color of the oppressor. And here's the funny part. They tell you that he doesn't have a color, right? That's what you learn in Christianity. It doesn't matter his color, and he doesn't have a color. That's one of the first things that he tried to brainwash me with when I was a young kid and going to the hellhole known as the Christian church, going to that wicked place. The first thing they wanted me to understand is that God doesn't have a color.
Right.
And if he did, guess what color he was? He was white. You get what I'm saying? And not only does he have a color, he doesn't have a color, but it doesn't matter his color. So if it doesn't matter his color, why is he always goddamn white?
Right.
Here's what my thing is. This is a very simple thing to understand. If it doesn't matter his color, then why come every other nation on the face of planet Earth, why come their God looks like them? They can have extra arms, tongue like a snake, it doesn't matter. But the facial features and overall build of that God that they worship looks like them. Every nation. The Chinese God looks like the Chinese people. The Korean God looks like the Korean people. You get what I'm saying? The African gods look like the African people. Every other nation on the face of this planet, they gods look like them. The white God, the white man, his God looks like him. Right?
All right.
So let me ask you something, black man. Why come your God looks like the white man's God? Why is that? And why come you say that color doesn't matter?
Right.
And I'm making a difference right here when I say you say, because here's what we're going to tell you. We're going to tell you, like, now, I'll break it down simpler. Color doesn't matter. What really matters is blood. But I use color to differentiate because that's how the rest of the world sees it. You get what I'm saying? That's how the rest of the world sees it. So color really doesn't matter. But that's because you're too ignorant to understand blood ties. You understand blood ties when it comes to your goddamn dogs. You know not to breed your pit bull with a chihuahua, but when it comes to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians being separate and being a holy people, you don't understand them blood ties.
Right.
No, it's okay for you to have a white woman. It's okay for you to have a Korean woman. It's okay for you to have an African. Show me in the goddamn Bible where that's okay. You get what I'm saying? The Lord never said it was okay. Never. He told you to be separate. He told you to separate your sons and your daughters from these goddamn heathens. Why would you want to give your sons and your daughters to these people? That's what I don't understand. Why would you? Why would you? Like I said, you understand it when it comes to your pit bulls and everything else. The oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. You want to stay as far away from him as possible. Let's get some more in the scriptures.
Verse 15. Yet, thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
Damn right. Listen, that's the day that every brother in the I.S.U.P.K prayed for right there. You get what I'm saying? When an oppressor is brought down to hell. Keep going.
Verse 16. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man?
Is this the who?
The man.
The who?
The man.
The angel.
The man.
The spirit.
The man.
Listen, now, that is a cut for you goddamn Christians that don't believe that the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of.
Right.
It clearly says in the scriptures, is this the man?
Right.
M-A-N, the man. You get what I'm saying? Which means that that is a person they're talking about. A person, not a spirit, not an angel. You get what I'm saying? It would have clearly made a difference. The scriptures would have clearly made a goddamn difference. It would have let you know. It's talking about a person. Keep going.
Is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
Who is the man that made the earth to tremble?
Right.
I've heard old stories about how deep the Roman army was. Said when they used to march, it felt like an earthquake. Them old stories and stuff they used to tell in the old philosopher books and stuff. Said when they used to be so deep, like just hundreds of thousands of goddamn Roman soldiers marching into your city. You get what I'm saying?
All right.
That's physically and that's metaphorical when it says that. Because everybody is afraid of their oppressor. Everybody is. You get what I'm saying? You have to have true self-worth in order to fight back against the oppressor. You get what I'm saying? You can't be no goddamn coward. And let me tell you something. If you're a goddamn Christian, guess what you are? You're a goddamn coward.
Right.
Go ahead.
If I could, that's like a certain mindset of certain brothers or certain people have that everybody don't have, that even if you lose and still fight back.
Right. And it's funny though, because as little kids growing up, when you fighting with people in your neighborhood. Ain't that what was instilled in you? I don't give a damn if you do lose. You better fight.
Right.
You better keep fighting. You better fight to the end. Like, okay. So if that was instilled in you as a little kid, when it came to fighting some other little kids in your neighborhood, your brothers and sisters, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
People like, cause them was your brothers and sisters you was fighting. That black neighbor next to you, that's your goddamn brother and sister that you fighting.
Right.
And you want to fight them to the better end. It ain't no quit or no punk in your blood when it comes to them. But then when it comes to the oppressor, oh, you just ain't got no willpower whatsoever. Just like them sisters in the Chinese shop. Have you? I know you've seen them when they get in their hair. Like these sisters is my size. You get what I'm saying? Like I be seeing chicks in there my size get manhandled by 100-pound heathen. Like
Right.
they whole fight goes out of them. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not condoning violence in any way. I'm just saying them same sisters will fight a black man to the death. Them same sisters will. We see the clips. We see the clips how they talk to black men. Their favorite word to call a black man is a bitch ass nigga. So lucky in my language. That's how they talk, and they all in his face too, finger all in his face. What you gonna do? I wish you would, nigga. You ain't gonna do nothing to me. Ooh, still off on him first. You get what I'm saying? Put her hands on him first. But when it comes to them other heathen nations, when it comes to the Moabites and them Ammonites, and when it comes to the oppressor, the white man,
Right.
all their strength leaves them. Leaves them. They ain't thinking attacking first. Then they gonna defend themselves. But when it's us, they attack first. They feel threatened by us. By them, they don't feel threatened. That reminds me of that one devil that snatched that chick up at McDonald's. He snatched her over the counter. Like some devil. He just snatched her up over the counter, and then she starts swinging and all of that. Like my thing is this: had that have been a black man, he would never had the opportunity to snatch her over the counter because she would have already had her guard up.
Right.
She go ahead.
And if I could, if it was a brother, all them other brothers in the back would have came out jumping on.
Man, they would have hopped on. Listen, they'd have been on his bumper.
Right.
They'd have been on his bumper. But because it was an oppressor, they're naturally submissive. Oh man, oh God, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble behind this. Like all that fight left them, man. All of it, man. You got to understand, man. The white man is Salaki. The oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of, man. And the only way, and listen, once more, I'm not advocating violence at all. I'm not telling you to go out here and be violent and commit acts of violence. Right. That's not what I'm saying. In fact, I got an easier solution, a non-violent solution for you people that don't have that kind of spirit in you. For you Christians that don't have that kind of spirit and want to love everybody, well, I got a whole bunch of people you can love. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Won't you give all your love to them? You get what I'm saying? You don't have to be violent towards the oppressor. Listen, here's how you can fight back. Separate from them. Separate from them.
Right.
Not just him, but all these other goddamn heathen nations. Every single last one of them. Separate. These Koreans have been, listen, they over there in China right now, not just in China, but everywhere that there's Moabites and Ammonites and there's Negroes, they are, man, it's a video going around Facebook where these heathens beat the piss out of black man.
Right.
Kicking them all in his face and everything. Just beating the piss out of him. You get what I'm saying? It's one point in time, listen, like this is just my spirit. I'm all for a good butt kicking. But even I know there's a point in time when you have to spare somebody. Right. Like I'm not about to just stump somebody completely out. You know what I'm saying? Fight bend over and I'm still on their head just stomping them. No, I'm not about to do that. These devils and these heathens, listen, they don't have any remorse whatsoever. They are going to beat you to death.
Right.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to beat you to death. What you have to do is learn to separate from these heathens, man. They're going to beat you to death and they're not going to get a day in jail because this is their world, their kingdom. They run all of this. And if I could, I would like to pull that scripture.
Right. Also,
Go ahead.
there's a precept about that too that says to stay away from the man that has power of death, or else you'll be able to tell that death is real. Like if you buy somebody who's got guns all the time, shooting, killing people,
Right.
or somebody who's the killer or something like that, the scriptures say don't be around that person, thinking it's all great, because if something go down now, you're gonna be thinking like now your life might be real danger.
Right.
This guy kills, or this
Right.
this thing kills, or whatever.
Right. I think I know what scripture you talk about. Talk about Esau being a death adder or something like that.
Nah, there's another scripture in the Apocrypha that talk about it. You want me to pull it?
Kind. Yeah, I'm wrong. The oppressor is the devil, man. And as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man, listen, I wouldn't be brotherly if I didn't tell you this. If I didn't preach this to you I almost used a bad word. I almost used a bad word. Because listen,
Right.
man, this right here, man, I'm sick of it, man. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the coonery and buffoonery. I'm sick of the filth. Man, I'm sick of these cats out here, man. You like blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We can't justify. Go ahead, where you got it.
Ecclesiasticus 9:13. Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill.
Oh man, listen. The oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. Who has the power to kill at will?
Right.
Look at what's going on, man. We just had it down here in that town, man, with a cat named Sean Reed. You know what I'm saying? The cat that was on Facebook Live.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying, hopped out the car and start running and all of that.
Right.
And they gunned him down. Read that again from the top.
Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill.
Keep thee far away from the man that has power to kill. Why are you still trying to be a part of this wicked kingdom?
Right.
Why are you trying to listen? There's about to be a holiday coming up on Monday. I forget what it is. My rib was telling me about it. It's some type of pagan holiday, like Memorial Day. I think that's what it is. It's coming up Monday.
I don't know.
No, she knows because she knows she works at the government building.
Right.
So, you know.
Just going to the scripture too.
Yeah, most high in Christ. Go ahead.
So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death.
Listen, read that again from the top, would you?
Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill. So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death.
Listen, you keep hanging around these oppressors, you keep celebrating their holidays, there won't be no doubt in your mind about death.
Right.
Because you're gonna be the one that dies.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? There won't be no doubt in your mind. Like I was saying, stay away from them. Stay away from their goddamn holidays. What's that one cat that got killed in his car? Man, I know. This was a famous one with the woman that was in there and the baby was in there.
Philando Castile.
Philando Castile. Now just think about that. He should have stayed. Read that scripture again.
Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill. So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death.
He should have stayed far away from the oppressor. I believe he died on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
He died on the 4th of July. You know what he was doing on the 4th of July? Trying to be a part of America.
Right.
Why else? Let me ask you something, black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man. Why are you celebrating the 4th of July? What goddamn independence do you have?
Right.
I'll wait. Tell me, what do you have that's independent from everybody else? What the hell did you have? You have absolutely nothing. When the 4th of July was created, guess where you was, black man? You was on a goddamn plantation, getting your back beat, watching your women get raped, watching your kids get murdered. Why are you celebrating the 4th of July? You was too close to the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Philando Castile was too close to the oppressor. And now he's dead because of it. You get what I'm saying? That's how it goes, man. It's listen, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, man, but that's what's gonna happen. When you celebrate these oppressor holidays, guess what's gonna happen? These oppressors are gonna kill you. And if they don't kill you, guess what else is gonna happen? You're gonna end up killing your brother and your sister. You know why? Because that that evil spirit, that oppressor spirit is on you while celebrating that holiday. You get what I'm saying? You're supposed to try to have a good time and this and that, blase scoop, but you can't have a good time celebrating these wicked, oppressive holidays that was built off of the bloodshed of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Now, if you want to celebrate something and have a good time, where there won't be any violence whatsoever, and you could just come together and have a goddamn ball, guess where you need to come? Into the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. Let me tell you something, man. I thought I knew something about having a good time and celebrating. I didn't know nothing about it, man. Wait till you go to the Passover. Wait till you experience a real Passover. You get what I'm saying? And you see all these brothers come together with strong drink and brotherhood and had a time of their life. And guess one thing I've never seen in any UPK event? I've never seen a fight.
Right.
I've never seen brothers shooting at each other. I've never seen any of the things that I see in the world. I can't even go to my own goddamn family reunion without a fight happening. You understand?
Right.
But I could go to any UPK event. You know why? Because we operate in the spirit of the Lord. We operate under the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. We operate, guess what else we operate? Holy, which is separate. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Which makes a hell of a difference. Besides you trying to be a part of the oppressor's kingdom, a part of what Esau is doing. You understand? Esau is a wicked beast, and his whole job is to kill you. Can I get Job 9:24? He's going to kill you, and he's going to get away with it. He's going to murder you, and he's going to get away with it.
There's more in this scripture.
Yeah, let's get the rest on that scripture there.
And if thou come unto him, make no fault, lest he take away thy life presently.
Right there. All right. Now, all these blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that are getting murdered by cops, as well as white civilians, what is the verdict on these goddamn cases?
Right.
These people are getting away with murder. They're getting away with non-guilty verdicts. That's what's happening.
Right.
Go ahead.
And if I could, most black people treat cops like they are they are real cops. Like they will follow the laws. Like, oh, you can't do this to me. Oh, I'm recording you. You should the UPK. We always said you treat them like you would treat a normal guy who walk up on you with a gun.
Right.
If just a guy on the street walked up on you with a gun, it was like, give me your ID. Let me see your insurance.
You would
let me
give
see
it
your
to
registration. You ain't gonna be like,
you can't do this to me.
This is wrong. This is a crime.
Right.
You can't do this. This is I got rights. You wouldn't do that if it's a normal guy with a gun. That's how you should treat the cops. You should treat them like a guy with a gun. Not like, oh, he's a cop and he has these rules and he's gonna uphold the law. And he goes to a certain standard. He don't gonna keep none of that. He ain't shit.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. That's exactly how you should treat the goddamn cops. When they come up to you and they're asking them for your ID and all that, what you need to do, don't just give them your ID, give them your goddamn money too. They are robbers.
Right.
Here go my ID, here go my money, here go my cell phone. Please don't kill me. I know you're here to rob me. Don't kill me. You know what I'm saying? Right. You can have whatever you want to have. That's how you got to be. You get what I'm saying? I'm not telling you to be no goddamn coward, but I'm telling you this. Your life is the most precious thing that you have. Don't give him an opportunity to take it. You get what I'm saying? How do I know your life is precious? Because I'm an I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
And every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man and woman life is precious.
More to this, the last part.
Go ahead.
Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city.
That is such a heavy precept right there, man. That is such a heavy precept. I'm gonna use our brother city. You get what I'm saying? Chicago. I've witnessed this in Chicago. Like when I was in the world, like I lived a different lifestyle. So we used to go to Chicago and do a lot of wicked things because it was already a wicked city. So I kind of figured like this: the wickedness that we doing ain't gonna make or break this city because I was wicked and stupid in the world. But one thing that I did witness in Chicago, man, and anybody in Chicago knows about the graffiti green apartments. You know what I'm saying? Or they tore them down. The cops was afraid of that place. They used to kill cops on the regular in that place. Cop pull up in their car and they'll shoot the car up. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that place was lawless, and that goes to show you how the oppressor, they like cops couldn't go in that place. They tore their apartments down. We can't come in here. Nobody can. That's how the oppressor operates.
Right.
But like, here's the thing, though. Like, read that last part again about the snares.
Now, remember that thou goest in the midst of snares,
Mm-hmm.
and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city.
Right. Listen, that reminds me of Chicago the most because I remember going to Chicago and seeing what's called bait trucks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Bait trucks and bait cars. And what a bait truck is a snare. What a bait car is a snare. I would see them, and we see it in Naptown too, but not at the level that I seen it in Chicago. I would be riding through Chicago, and it would just be a car sitting there, right? It'd be a nice car sitting there, like like a Lexus, not one of the newer ones, but like an older one. You get what I'm saying? And all the doors will be open, right? You get what I'm saying? Like the front doors will be open, the
Right.
flashers will be on, bing, 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 bing. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting there for you to go try to steal the car. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? I've heard more stories than I've seen, and I've seen a lot, but I've heard even more stories. I heard one time they basically took a big old U-Haul truck full of like Jordans and Nike outfits and stuff like that, parked it in the hood, left it there, and of course, niggas being broke and in poverty and not having nothing, broke into it, stole the stuff, and as they start to try to steal the stuff, they just start picking niggas off, locking niggas up, shooting niggas down. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, my thing is this. Why are you doing that in black neighborhoods? There was another one where they had rims. They took the rims and put the rims in the hood. That's a goddamn snare. They are hunting us. Hunting us.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Hunting us to set us up for failure. And it's only in blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians neighborhoods. It's only in black communities. You will only find that in a black community. You're not going to take a truck full of needles and drop it off in a European neighborhood where they're, using crystal meth real heavy, are you?
Right.
Go ahead.
Well, like how Commander Yohanna brought up, he said, I forgot who it was. Somebody brought up. They said they ain't got a whole bunch of John Deere tools and stuff in the trailer park.
Right.
Some old truck full of tools and
Right.
miter saws and stuff for them to take steal. Because
Right.
that'll attract them.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Some ride lawnmowers. You know what I'm saying? Some 10-gallon cowboy hats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not baiting them. Why the hell are you hunting us? You know what I'm saying? And then the last part of that scripture, like this goddamn city is a battlefield.
Right.
That's what that means. Listen, this city is a battlefield. Every time you step out your door, you better be prepared for war. Point blank, period, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, and woman. Be prepared for war. Be prepared for the psychological war, for the spiritual war, for the educational war, for the economic war, as well as the physical war. You understand? Be prepared for it. You get what I'm saying? We got a saying in the UPK. Don't be sure, make sure. Make sure that you're ready. Don't be sure that you're ready. Make sure that you're ready. And there's only one way to get ready. And that's make sure that you come into the I.S.U.P.K. under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. We prepare our brothers, our sisters, our sons, our daughters for this, man. You understand? Because if not, we would be doing them a disservice. If we wouldn't preparing our brothers and sisters, sons and daughters for this, then guess what? We don't love them. We do not love them because at this point, we setting them up for the okie doke. We setting them up for failure. We setting them up to die, to be murdered, to be lynched. You get what I'm saying? It's that simple. Is that the end of our scripture?
Let's end on that one.
I'm saying, Christ. Let's get Job 9:24. You understand? Like the oppressor does all this wicked stuff and nothing happens to him. Nothing happens to him at all. Like that brother, what's that brother name? Ahmad Ahmaud Arbery, he got killed at the beginning of the year, right? He was murdered at the beginning of the year. The brother that was jogging and got murdered, that happened in February, right?
Yeah, Con.
We're just now hearing about it now. So they've been sitting on this. Listen, let me tell you the arrogance of the oppressor. That happened in February. The dude that recorded it is the dude that put the video out, right? That happened in February. That same day that happened, the cops came, seen the video, they all went home. They had been living their normal lives, living their best lives, all the way up until he decided to put that video on social media, and it spread like wildfire. And it took for that video to go all over social media from the same for the same cops that told them they could go home to come back and arrest them. Why do you think that is? You got that precept?
Con, Job 9:24.
Let's get it.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Listen, that's why that video happened at the beginning of the year. Would it take halfway for the year to be over with?
Right.
For you to find out about it and for them to do something about it. Because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Keep going.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
Listen, every single time that you think about the priests and prophets of the Bible, not that you want to, because you have to be trained. And the only way to get trained is to come into the I.S.U.P.K. But see, to the untrained mind, to the untrained thought process, your subliminal, your subliminal, even your subconscious has to be trained.
Right.
If it's not trained, then every time you think about the judges, guess what you think? You think about oppressors. When you think about Christ, you think about a white man. When you think about God, you think about a white man. Right. When you think about the angels, you think about a white man.
Right.
When you think about King James, you think about a white man. And here's the funny part. Now that I touched on that, I don't mean to get too far off subject. I'm gonna come right back. But now that I spoke on that, I'll tell you what the most wicked thing, one of the most wicked things I've ever heard, right? So all through my years coming up, right, everybody said King James was white, right?
Right.
And the second that you pull a little proof showing that he's black, okay, he's black, but guess what he is now? Now he's a goddamn homosexual. Right. Now he's a goddamn pedophile. So through all the years that he was white, he wasn't a homosexual, he wasn't a pedophile.
Right.
But the second that you pull proof that he's black, all of a sudden he's a homosexual, all of a sudden he's a pedophile. Right. When who has a history, what nation of people has a history of being homosexual and pedophiles?
Right.
It's the oppressor. You get what I'm saying? They learned it straight from the Africans and then took it to the 10th degree.
Right.
They took a regular black belt and made it a 10-degree black belt. That's what they did.
Hey, no Christ.
No more Christ. Yeah, I think that might have been me.
And then if I could,
Shalom more Christ, sir.
Then if I could,
Go ahead.
What's so heavy about that is we've been our whole lives been so brainwashed that we watch movies where the white guy's the hero.
Right.
We've been watching it so long that it don't even affect us.
Right.
But then when we come to the truth, you really see it. I can't even watch movies where the white guy's like the hero and they're all going his nuts and he's like super great and he's just a great guy and everybody he's so hardcore and you know anything he says everybody just listens. I'm like, man, out here, I can't watch it.
You ain't the only one. You are not the only one. Like man, that's why I watch so much goddamn anime. I'm telling you, I can't watch these goddamn devil movies no more. It's just sickening.
And I could if I could. I think that's why one of the reasons why anime taken off so much in the black culture because you know they kind of white but they be off white.
Right.
You know what I mean? Sometimes their voices don't be all the way white, so it's kind of like something like a break of seeing white people. If you see a purple guy, I mean it's better than seeing a white guy.
Right. And I think for me it'd be the way that like I use Dragon Ball Z. So like not to get too far off subject, but what does Freezer always call the Saiyans?
Monkeys.
Monkeys.
Right.
What did the oppressor always call us?
Right.
Monkeys.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So when I look at Sands, I'm like, yeah, them is definitely the niggas. Everybody fears them and hates them. No matter how much they try to kill them, they just keep getting stronger. They wiped out their whole goddamn planet. Ain't that how they did us? You get what I'm saying? They wiped out their whole world, their whole race. Ain't that how they tried to do us? And now look at them repopulating. You get what I'm saying? They have sons and daughters now, and they sayings because of who? Their fathers. I look at them and I see niggas. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's why I watch so much goddamn anime. I'm like, man, they treat them like niggas. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Even for me growing up, and I found this out a little bit later on in life, and I'm gonna get back to the scripture. I just want to bring this out. Like, I was a huge X-Men fan. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all remember the old cartoon back in the day, but I used to be on it. Every Saturday I make sure I had all my chores done so I could sit back, eat my cereal, and watch my X-Men. Because like it just related to me so tough. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing they used to hate the mutants. They like the devils would be lined up everywhere with their signs. Got them mutie lovers. Mutie lovers. Like, who does that remind you of? The mutants didn't know nothing. They just like, just leave us alone. Just, all right, you don't have to be a part of this, but let us be great on our own. Here they are with all these great abilities, and people hate them for no reason. That's niggas. That's niggas. Here we are with all these great abilities, and you hate us for no reason. They all say, you nigger lover, mutie lover, nigger. I just made the connection. I said, damn. The mutants is niggas. Bigger, stronger, faster. That's us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Every sport that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians play, we dominate. We dominate. You get what I'm saying? It's not that we don't know how to play the sport. We just never taught it. And the second that you teach it to us, guess what? We dominate it. We dominate everything. I think I brought this out last class. It's a movie called Hidden Figures. All right. So my whole life, here I am thinking that we can do everything except rocket science.
Right.
Coming to find out, we the brains behind the rocket science. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it's called Hidden Figures. They kept that hush. Which, once you think about it, we should have knew it. Because when we go into the scriptures, it talks about who had the science. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians had the science. You know what I'm saying? We was the only people with it. So everything on the face of this planet is rooted out of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians culture, which is the culture of the Most High. Point blank, period. But let's get some more on the scripture, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep telling you who the devil is, because if we don't, you're going to keep thinking these people is your friend. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand. When you understand who the devil is, you understand why Sean Reed happened. You understand why Ahmaud Arbery happened. You understand it. You understand it, and you know how to prevent it.
Right.
I don't worry about any of my UPK soldiers going through any scenarios like that. You know why? Because we know how to prevent it, because we know who our goddamn enemies are. We will never, ever, ever trust our enemies. We will never be put in a position to where we have to rely on our enemies. The mercy of... Why would you put yourself in a position to where you have to rely on the mercy of your enemies?
Right.
Let me tell you something. The oppressor will never do that. That devil will blow up the world where he's put in a position where he has to rely on the mercy of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Listen, we have not done anything to indicate a lick of violence towards them, and they are afraid to death that we are plotting right now. And they know that they have done so much wicked stuff to us that in their mind, these niggas is plotting to get us. Eventually it's going to happen. Eventually it's going to happen. Let's get some more on that scripture if we could.
God. The earth is, Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
Right.
And who is he?
Like, I was watching that battle. It was with Captain Tazariak and some goddamn Christian. Some Christian pastor. I wish I could remember his name. But he's a nobody, so I don't remember his name. You know what I'm saying? Like, only reason I know Sonetta is because That was one of the first pictures I ever seen with you and Cap. You know what I'm saying? When y'all was crushing them at the barbecue in New York. You know what I'm saying? First videos I ever seen coming into this truth. So that's how I know Sonetta. And you know, I give that nigga an E for effort. You know what I'm saying? Even though he on that, you know, that Egypt bull crap, but at least even he says I.S.U.P.K is the home of the truth. You know what I'm saying? Even though he'd go back and try to figure out a way to defeat us, even he's like, well, that's the home of the truth. Until I can figure out a way to beat him. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I give him an E for effort because it seems like he is genuine and really trying to figure out what's the best solution. You know what I'm saying? And another reason I give him an E for effort is because he's always calling on Captain Tazariak to represent the true doctrine of the Hebrew Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Which is the only true doctrine. You get what I'm saying? It don't matter who claims to be a Hebrew Israelite. None of that filth matters. Because let me tell you something. Point blank period. Everything is from the stewardship of the I.S.U.P.K. Point blank period. You get what I'm saying? So why would I go get some 24 gold plated jewelry when I could get the actual 24 gold carat solid jewelry?
Right.
So why would you want to get some knockoff truth? I can't even call it some knockoff truth. Why would you want to go into one of them fake Hebrew Israelite groups when you can come into the home of the truth? All your elders learn up under the foot of Commander GEN.YAHANNA.
Right.
No matter what group they're in, none of that. You get what I'm saying? They know who the home of the truth is. Listen, this class is the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. Let me tell you something. The oppressor knows who the home of the truth is.
Right.
The oppressor and their FBI files, which is funny. I'm about to touch on that real quick. You know what I'm saying? That shows you how the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Let me show you how wicked these devils are real quick. Okay. So the oppressor knows that we are the original, right? He knows the I.S.U.P.K is the home of the truth to the point that he calls, and I've read the little paperwork. You know what I'm saying? The what the oppressor does in this little, it's the FBI like dossier. You know what I'm saying? He calls all these other breakoff groups one Westerners, right? He says, like it clearly says I.S.U.P.K. You know what I'm saying? The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. It has like the original 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Like they've been watching us since the beginning.
Right.
Since the beginning. It says that we are the original and everything else is a breakoff or a breakoff of a breakoff. And they call us one West, and they call the rest of them one Westerners. Look at these little UPK wannabes. That's how the white man looks at them. These little UPK wannabes. They ain't no threat. This is the threat. You get what I'm saying? Point blank period. The oppressor knows who the true threat is. You get what I'm saying? He's like, if these brothers get out the way that they want to get out, it's going to be a world of pain. Because then, how are they going to lock black people up? How are they going to lock black people up? Because people in One West don't commit crimes. We don't commit crimes. We don't sell drugs. We don't buy whores. We don't do any of the wicked stuff that we used to do in the world. We gave that all up to serve the Lord. You get what I'm saying? I tell you why I gave it up. I gave up the drugs and all that other wicked stuff I was doing. I gave it up for one reason and one reason only. And that's to see my enemies fall. If I'm not doing it, how can they get me? I want to see my oppressor fall. I want to see all my enemies fall. And if the only thing I got to do is quit smoking weed and cigarettes and whore chasing, I can do it. Because that's how much, listen, when we say that we hate our enemies, matter of fact, let me get that scripture if I could. Let me get Psalms 139 and 21. 139 to 21. Because we got to understand, hate is all through this Bible. Hate is all through here. And if I could, before we get that, Salaki, if I could,
Yeah.
let me get trying to think which one I want to pull. I think it's in Genesis. Esau hated Jacob.
Yeah. Genesis 25.
Yeah, Genesis.
Jacob and Esau.
Yeah, I think that's the one I wanted. And then I wanted the one. Let's see if I can find it.
You want the scripture that said Esau hated Jacob?
Now I wanted the one that said the Lord hated Esau.
Oh, Romans 9 and Romans 9.
Yep, I think that's it. Salakia. Let me go to my precepts on my phone real quick. Salakia.
9 and 13.
Most High Christ, would you pull that for me?
I got it.
Let's get it in.
Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved.
Say that one more time.
Jacob have I loved.
One more time.
Jacob have I loved.
Damn right.
But Esau have I hated.
Whoo! Listen, I love that scripture right there.
Right.
Blacks, Hispanics have I loved, but the oppressor have I hated. It's important. It's more on that.
God. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? Most High forbid.
Listen, that is a Christian right there. The Christian wants to say, well, you taking that scripture out of context now, brother.
Right.
The Most High, listen, God don't hate. God is all love. Okay, no sweat. So where is the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian love?
Right.
Where was the love for Sean Reed when he got out of his car and ran and he was gunned down?
Right.
Where was the love for Ahmaud Arbery when he was just running, jogging in his own goddamn neighborhood and was gunned down?
Right.
And you know what the most wicked and vile thing is that I hear people say? And this is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, because Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians who ain't in the truth truly hate other Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They hate them because they want to be loved by the oppressor. They want to be loved by these other goddamn heathen nations so much that they turn against their own. They think by turning against their own that they will get some type of love and some type of compassion from these goddamn animals, but that will never happen.
Right.
After they get through murdering everybody that you snitch on, they're going to behead you.
Right.
I've seen it happen 1,000 times. I've seen it happen on the slavery. Like niggas that snitch on niggas in a heartbeat, thinking that they getting some cool points. And listen, and the nigga that they snitched on, it gets suspended. And during his suspension, the one that did all the snitching gets fired.
Right.
You got something you want to bring up?
Good, man. It's like most Black people know about the white man, and they know, or the oppressor, excuse me,
Right.
about the oppressor. Like you could feel it when you're around them. Like if you can't feel it when you're around them, you either super Christian or you ignoring the feeling.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when you're around, like let's say you one Black person and you're around like 15 white people.
Right.
Like if you don't feel wrong in that, then you ain't on your game. You like you're a slave, man. You get destroyed.
Right. You damn right. You damn right. And it's funny because I remember this one time we was at camp. We was in front of the mall. I know y'all remember this. This is when them devils start gathering around, and they was all like, yeah, I got them riled up. I don't know, I forget what happened. You know what I'm saying? I know I was up there first, and I said something that got everybody hyped. You know what I'm saying? Then you hopped up there. You know what I'm saying? And start blazing on. He's like, "Watch out, I got this." Then you start blazing on them, and they got even way more fury, right? Yeah, man, it went down on that day. You know what I'm saying? It went down on that day. But one thing I did see is that it was a lot of Black people in the crowd with them white people. You know what I'm saying? And not only you, but also Officer the Prophets I brought up, like, man, yeah, okay, y'all buddy right now. Okay, what's going to happen later on? And then it was one brother in particular. This is when Officer the Prophets I was up there. He was like, yeah, you all buddy with these devils now. But guess what? At the end of the day, they going out to a nice neighborhood. They going out to, they go home to a big old nice house and, living good. They ain't got nothing to worry about. And guess where you going? To the ghetto. You going to the ghetto to be oppressed by cops, to be oppressed by the same, you know what I'm saying, the same white cops that you hanging out with they sons, them fathers is coming to gun you down later on. You know what I'm saying? Which I thought was such a heavy point, to the point it made another brother that was out there that was just against us stop and get a flyer. I remember that brother came and got back. He came back and doubled back and got a flyer, which I thought was a heavy point, man. Like, because, man, like, we trying to be a part of something that is not meant for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
Like, how? Listen, for you to be trying to run with the oppressor and be with the oppressor and love the oppressor, to me, the way I look at it is like lions and hyenas. You will never see a lioness nursing a baby hyena. You will never see a lioness making sure the baby hyena survives and grows up big and strong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You will never see it. Why are we nursing and making sure that this nation is surviving?
Right.
We should be praying every night for the downfall of this goddamn nation, man. We should hate this nation. We should. Listen, read that scripture again if you could, sir.
Romans 9:13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved,
Right?
but Esau have I hated.
Is there some more on that?
God. Verse 14. What shall I say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High?
That's the Christians. They want it to be unrighteousness because they want to love the same people that's killing us.
Right.
Listen, I hate them. And when I say I hate them, I don't mean that I'm going to go out here and commit a crime. I hate them that I'm not going to commit any more crimes.
Right.
That's how much I hate them. I hate my enemies so much that I quit selling drugs to my people.
Right.
I hate my enemies so much that I joined the I.S.U.P.K and became a priest and prophet of the Lord.
Right.
To wake up my brothers and my sisters and teach them the right way to go. I hate my enemies so much that I became an even better father, a real father. I thought I was a good father before. I didn't know nothing about fatherhood. I didn't. I had to learn it. And there's only one place that could teach you that. That's the I.S.U.P.K under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. Because everything else teaches you to be effeminate up under your goddamn kids.
Right.
That the kids rule over you. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That the woman rules over you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In the world, you call your woman a bitch and it's an argument. So lock you my language.
Right.
When you learn how to control a woman and how to really put a woman in check, not, you get what I'm saying? Not to disrespect your woman, but to check your woman. It's a big difference. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
We're not calling her a bitch because she did something that was mediocre. We're calling her a bitch because she's trying to usurp authority over a man, which is something no woman can ever do. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
When she's trying to go out with her friends, like, it's funny. How can all your friends be whores and you hanging out with them, but you're the only non-whore?
Right.
It doesn't work like that. You know who I hang out with? All priests and prophets. Guess what that makes me? A priest and a prophet. Birds of a feather. Listen, we used to think that was some wisdom that our parents was dropping. That's biblical.
Right.
That's in the Bible.
Right.
To be unto your kind. You going with who you gonna be with who you hang around. You are what you hang around.
Right.
That's biblical. That's not no genius stuff that some OG decided to drop on you.
Right.
That was passed down through the Bible. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We gotta learn, man. We gotta learn. Something else that needs to be passed down through this Bible is our hatred for our enemies.
Yeah.
That's what needs to be passed down through this Bible. Our hatred for our enemies. I don't hate the oppressor because of the color of his skin. Now, that might be why he hates us, but that ain't why we hate him.
Right.
You want me to tell you why I hate the goddamn oppressor? Because of Sean Reed, because of Ahmaud Arbery, because of Mike Brown, because of Tamir Rice, because of Lando Castile, because so many goddamn brothers and sisters that, listen, I can't even name them all, man. I can't name them all. I can't. I remember I was watching. Go ahead. So no one bring up.
Yeah, I mean, you can finish your point.
No, go ahead.
Because I was going to say, because what you're bringing out is extra heavy because black people be feeling the vibe of the oppressor, and everything like that. And a lot of times they might not like the vibe, or they just deal with it until we come along and tell them what that vibe really is and what they feeling, and explain to them that that's the right feeling that you're feeling, that these people like we bringing out the truth for them, even though you might feel it.
Right.
But then once we bring it out and say it out, man, they liars, they do this, they do that, this is BS, they ain't nothing like that, this and that, this is the truth. Then that's some black people that's when they really like damn, that's real. Then they come along with it.
Right.
They agree with the truth. But then you got some of Israel that they know the truth, or they agree with it, but still don't come. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or maybe it takes more time for them to think about it or ponder on it. What we saying. But at the end of the day, some of Israel are gonna make their choice. Either they're gonna be down with it, the revolution and what's going on with the new kingdom and new stuff, or they're gonna try to hold on to the old kingdom.
I just think the Most High that He chose me, man, and showed me mercy and gave me the strength to come into this army, man.
Right.
And I look at it like this. Because I hear a lot of people say, and I see people on Facebook, I don't even give them the time of day no more. I used to blaze on them all the goddamn time, but I don't do it no more. Because I know that they just weak. And like the scripture says, sinner will find an excuse. That's all they looking for is an excuse to keep trying to justify the filth that they're doing. So I hear people saying, well, I don't believe in the Bible. Well, why would this happen? What would like they trying to find excuses for this and that and trying to say that what I'm doing is wrong. And I'm like, explain me this. How is what I'm doing wrong? How is what I'm doing wrong? I'll make it like, and this is what I told one cat. I told him I'll make it real simple for you. Let's say that you are right? Let's say that all the bullcrap that you believe in is right. What do I lose in the end? What do I lose?
Right.
I lose absolutely nothing. I lose nothing, right? Because I quit smoking weed and selling drugs and screwing whores. I'm saving my life. That's what I'm doing.
Right.
Keep screwing these whores. Guess what you're going to catch? You're going to catch the AIDS corona. You know what I'm saying? They're going to catch some new stuff out here. Doctors ain't going to know what it is. The corona AIDS. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be coronavirus and AIDS blended in. Hybrid. You're going to be the first nigga with it. You get what I'm saying? Guess what I did? Stop smoking weed and selling weed. I cut a lot of dead weight. Because the second I stopped smoking weed and selling weed, it took a little minute, but now my phone don't ring at all unless it's some priestly work that needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. If me stop smoking weed and selling weed is the reason why you can't be around me no more, then you never had love for me in the first place. Now that goes to show me that all the love that you had for me was because of what I could do for you. You high all day. You know what I'm saying? If that's all I was to you was a buzz, then we was never friends in the first place. We was never brothers in the first place. We never had anything in common in the first place.
Right.
Because true friendship is beyond getting high. Right. At least you would like to think it is. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's how that oppressor that you hang out with, the only reason he hangs out with you, you know what I'm saying, is because you have to connect to the killer weed. Reason you meet all his white friends is because they came to spend their money to get the best high that they can possibly get. That's it and that's all. When they say that you're your friend, yeah, this is my friend right here. He doesn't mean that like you're his real friend. You're his weed friend. Right. You're his druggy friend. You're not his friend. Right. If he has to choose between, Krishan and Billy, he's choosing Billy. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. He's choosing Billy. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
But Will, see, the thing about it, we've been such slaves that we look at anything that even looks like love, and we go full into it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? While they, on the other hand, they compartmentalize their relationships.
Right. And they operate out of pure hatred.
Right.
You think that this love and friendship that they have, but Esau, the nation of Edom, hates us. Always have, always will.
Right.
Like that was the scripture that Oppressor was going to pull earlier, where it talks about and Esau hated Jacob. Right. I wanted to show you that the Most High hated Esau. Right. Okay, Esau hates us. Who does the Most High hate?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Who does the Most High hate? You keep on thinking the Most High is all love. You keep on thinking. You keep on thinking that.
All right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You's a goddamn fool. For the most, listen. Are we not made in His image? Right.
Right.
So if we got anger and we got hate, why wouldn't He?
Yes.
Why wouldn't He? You're not all goddamn love. How the hell is He?
Right.
Go ahead.
Remember that dude? Remember Cali Muscle?
Yeah.
Remember he was giving his testimony of what happened like before he went to prison. Now remember he had a football coach because he was cold at football. But then he didn't. Obviously, it was obvious he wasn't going to really make it
Right.
or like that. So he goes to his, and he was knocking on his coach's door and everything, and asked his coach to borrow some money because he fell up on hard times.
Right.
And the coach told him, "Well, a man got to be a man. You just got to do what you got to do." And that triggered him to start selling drugs.
That would have triggered me to rob him. So lucky.
Right.
Yeah, you're right, coach. So lucky. We don't advertise violence.
Notice how cold his coach got, though.
Right.
Because when you own the football team, they'll try to do whatever for you.
Right. Right.
Notice how cold he got just in an instant like that.
Right.
Because they compartmentalized their relationship.
Oh, listen, without a doubt, I had a coach like that too. Like, listen, man, we had a squad, man. Like we started playing ball in middle school. We went from middle school to high school,
Right.
and our coach the whole time we thinking he had love for us. The whole time he was using us to get to where he wanted to be, and that was on a college platform to move up during the ranks. He was trying to go be a professional football coach. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we thinking he actually got love for us and teaching us. The whole time he just using us.
Right.
Whole time we wasn't nothing but some meat shields. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he did whatever he had to do to convince us that he had love for us, but the whole time he really hated us.
Right.
He really hated us. He didn't give a damn about us.
Right.
I could tell you this because I know for a fact that my grades wasn't good enough to be playing football. But every Friday night, them lights was on and I was on that field getting sacks. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And then making him look good. Like he talked with the other devil teachers to keep me on the field.
Right.
My grades was horrible. You get what I'm saying? It was horrible. I didn't listen. I don't remember doing no homework.
Yeah, I mean,
Homework. I'm doing 2 and 3 a days. I ain't got no time for homework.
Right.
I'm 2 and 3 a days. In the summertime, I'm hustling. I ain't got time for none of that.
Right. And then they got you running the stuff all over the
Listen,
field, all that.
I didn't do no homework.
Yeah.
He took care of all that. All that. And I'm thinking that that's love, but really that's hate.
Right.
And I found that out later on in my career. Because once I tore my knee up, guess what? Nothing.
Right.
Nothing. You get what I'm
Remember
saying?
Bobby Knight here?
Talk about the coach?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember how he used to do? He had the, you know what I'm saying, the brothers scared of him.
Yeah.
Terrified of Bobby Knight.
Yeah. And they thought he loved them. That's the crazy part.
Right.
I'd have seen him grab people about it like this. I'd have killed Bobby Knight. So lucky. Not advertise of violence. I wish a devil would grab me by my neck over a goddamn football, basketball game.
Right.
Listen, good night. You know what I'm saying?
That's what he would do, though.
He would.
He was known for being like that. He was like the
and listen,
coach.
and the other oppressors celebrated him and boosted him up like one of the best coaches ever. They seen no wrong. Let a black coach do that now.
Right.
Let a black coach. He couldn't do it back then, let alone now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He is so violent and so this and so that and blah, school. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm gonna get back to the scriptures in 1 second. But prime example, the difference between Tom Brady and I need a black quarterback. Nah, he's too soft. He's somebody a little bit more harder than him. Because Dominic McNabb is a good Christian. Is a good Christian.
Mike Vick.
Yeah. Boom. Appreciate you. That's it. The difference between Tom Brady and Mike Vick, right? Okay. Tom Brady gets mad at his teammates. He's hollering, he's screaming, he's you better catch the goddamn ball. Such and such, so and so, blase, scoop, yada 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 yada. What do they say about him? He's not a bad quarterback. He's passionate about the game. He
Right.
cares. He just wants to win so bad.
Right.
Mike Vick do it. You better catch the goddamn ball. Well, first of all, his accuracy is off. He's throwing the ball way over their heads. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a
Right.
totally different scenario. He's so violent. Remember, don't forget he fought dogs.
Right.
He was fighting goddamn pit bulls. You know he's violent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's a
Double standards,
right.
everything. Right.
Listen, the oppressor hates us,
Right.
and that's why the Lord hates him, man. If I could, no, go ahead.
We'll make one point.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Now
get
think
another
about it.
scripture.
All of this beef that they got with China and everything, right?
Right.
China is slaughtering thousands of dogs annually for their dog fest that they be eating the dogs.
Man, milling out.
Right. You know what I'm saying? This dude, Mike Vick fought a couple of pit bulls. He probably didn't even fight them himself. It was just his people.
He didn't fight him himself.
Right,
He just
it's
owned the
himself.
property.
Right.
They show no footage with Mike Vick whatsoever.
Right.
You've never seen Mike Vick with the dog getting him ready to fight and releasing him. He
Right.
was just the money behind the operation.
Right. And that was his people just doing that because they wanted to, catch their own cut instead of, depending on Mike Vick.
His people got caught with some big time drugs and turned Judas to save their own skin.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? That's all it was. That's all it was. They was trying to sell weed, got caught with a couple of pounds. And the messed up part is that goes to show you, like they turned Takashi and wasn't even facing no real time.
Right.
Niggas get 3 years sentences. I'm about to give you 3 years in prison, and they had tell on Mike Vick so he could go do 10. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's some fun stuff right there.
Listen, man.
Damn.
That's hatred. That's what that is. That's
3 years.
listen, man. They didn't have no big time whatsoever.
Right.
Listen, and my thing is this: not to get too far off subject, so lock you, but this man got 100 million. If you come from as bad a situation as you claim that you came from, right? You already in this position because he done hooked you up. How else are you moving pounds? If you was the man, you would have been moving pounds before Mike Vick. Right or wrong?
Right.
You would have been moving it before him. He put you in a position to be able to do this.
Right.
And so now that you get jammed up, you willing to give him up? Listen,
Right.
I'd have did that on my head. I don't give a damn what
That's
time they
what
got
I'm
me.
saying.
I know he'd have took care of my family. This $100 million man.
That's what I'm saying.
Let us know what Mike Vick doing. He ain't doing nothing. He don't even know I'm doing this. Please don't tell him.
Right.
Even if he was the ringleader behind it, he don't know this is going on. Please don't tell him. He gonna ruin it for me. Don't let him know I'm doing this.
Right. And then if he just get hit with 3 years, he's not gonna do the whole 3 years anyway.
Listen, that was a valuable lesson that man learned, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that goes to show you the hatred of Esau, because even to this day, I still see a Michael Vick meme from time to time.
Right.
Here you are, you got all these other people doing all like the white man, Salaki, the oppressor. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and you know what you have saying is heavy because Christ didn't snitch when they took Christ
Right.
to kill him, and Peter was in the crowd, and the crowd was like about to try to grab up Peter.
Right.
Christ didn't say,
There you go.
"He with me,
Go like that, Peter.
he with me too."
You've been with me this whole time. I told you was gonna forsake me.
Simon, and it was,
Right.
like David up
Right,
right.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he didn't snitch.
Yeah,
He just took, and that was death. He
Right.
didn't just go away for a long time and
Right.
come back out 10 years later. He's dead. He ain't
Right.
say no names. He ain't throw no brothers in with him.
So
He
these
ain't
is
say, I know
all.
where the rest of them is at. He ain't do none of that.
Here's a list of the 12. I knew they was gonna do
When
this.
they came to arrest him, he was like, he started
Yeah.
speaking, saying, well, you
Right.
can't, y'all see me all the time. Now you want to come at me with weapons? You know what I mean? When you see me in the temple all the time before, he didn't say, try to sneak in stuff like that. Everybody for themselves start running.
Right.
Right.
He knew they was coming for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And he came right to the front when they came in the garden and everything. He
Wow.
came
Right.
right to the front of everybody.
Right.
They didn't know which one was Christ.
Right. And
He
that's
looked just like you know what I'm saying, the
Right.
other brothers.
and that's brotherhood. That's
Mhm.
love. You understand? That's love. And that's something that every brother in the I.S.U.P.K. understands, man. Listen, man, like I know, listen, I rode with some hardcore soldiers, man. I wouldn't have it any other way, man. Like my only regret is that I didn't find out about this truth earlier in my life. I'd have loved to be my son's age in this, man. Just to grow and witness it from the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To actually grow in this stuff, man. Like I remember being in Chicago and we was doing camp one day, and I don't know if you remember this, but we was in front of like the mall in Chicago, and Captain McQuarrie was blazing, and some soft ass, almost some some Christian was acting like he kept reaching in his bag. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, look, I'm about to rush this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't even want to give him a chance to take nothing out of his bag. He keep putting his hand in his bag and trying to put a mug on like he tough. I had my garment on that your moms had made for me. I took my cape off. I'm like, man, he play crazy. I'm on his head. He ain't even gonna get a shot off. I'm gonna break his whole face in. You know what I'm saying? And then Captain McQuarrie was looking at me. He's like, "What you gonna do, huh?" He said, "You gonna kill somebody? Start here, right me." I said, "God damn." You know what I'm saying? He's like, "Kill me first." You know what I'm saying? Like, I said, man, that nigga's a monster. You know what I'm saying? That nigga's a monster. He said, kill me first. You know what I'm saying? Start with me. I'm like, start with you, nigga. He ain't getting no shots off. I'm gonna break his face in. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna break his face in. I wish he would. But once he said that and put that spirit out, man, that brother, you know what I'm saying, went on about his business. Went on about his goddamn business, man. Because he ain't never had that in his life. He ain't never had no brother willing to put down his life for the rest of his brothers, man. He ain't never seen that. All the gang affiliation he claimed to have been with, all the thugging he had claimed to have done in his life, he ain't never seen that.
Hell no.
He ain't never seen that. That was an anomaly to him, and that scared him. He said, God damn, these niggas are serious. You understand? And listen, he would have listened. If something would have happened, one thing is for sure. That nigga would have died that day also. You know what I'm saying? Listen, that's not a doubt in my mind. One thing that I understand is that anybody that try to cause my brothers harm, listen, it's gonna be a cold, cold day in hell before that happen on my watch. You understand? It's not going down. Point blank. Period. This is a listen. We are what you think we are. This is a cult. This is a cult, and we do not allow that in this cult. You understand? This is a cult with cult leaders. You get what I'm saying? And I follow my cult leaders blindly. Blindly. Like General Muhammad always say, I just drink the Kool-Aid. Right. I just drink the Kool-Aid. I don't ask no questions. I follow blindly. I'm a zealot. Play with me if you want to. When it comes to my brothers in this brotherhood, when it comes to waking my people up, when it comes to doing the work of the Lord, I follow blindly. I am a zealot. I'm a UPK zealot. Right. That's never a shirt. UPK zealot. I'm serious about this, man. It's not a game. You understand? Point blank, period. If I could, can I get Psalms 139 and 21?
Yeah.
We already established that the Lord hated Esau. I went on babbling for a while. Y'all know how I do, Salakia.
Said 139 and 21?
139 and 21. Psalms 139 and 21.
Yeah. Psalms 139 and 21. Do not I hate them, O Lord?
Whoa.
Right.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Read that again.
Do not I hate them, O Lord?
Damn right. Do not I hate them, O Lord. Keep going.
That hate thee?
Listen, there is nothing wrong with hating the people that hate you.
Right.
What is wrong with that? You understand that when you're in the goddamn world? Listen, they understand it in the Christian church.
Yeah.
In the Christian church, they understand this right here.
Sure do.
When it comes to black women, they understand this perfectly. Look at that bitch right there. Salakia Malone. You know how they be. You know how they be.
Yeah,
I've been in the listen, they cannot stand it. It's a movie called Don't Be a Menace. It's when it's the scene when they in the church. Don't be asking why pastor gotta have a brand new car. All that. Right. Like it was a scene where the two old ladies got to get in the Holy Ghost, the Christian Holy Ghost, where they got the shaking and doing the Caesars and busting out the dance. Remember, like they get into a dance battle. Like, why are they battling each other? Because they hate each other. Listen. I remember when I was in a Christian church. The Christian church wasn't nothing but a fashion show.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen, I remember this, man. I was a teenager, man. I didn't go to church to hear the word of God. I went to church to show how goddamn fresh I was. It's just like going to school.
Right.
I remember when I started hustling and I was buying my own clothes because we was poor.
Right.
Mama couldn't afford to buy my clothes. I had to buy my own clothes. Then got tired of getting joned on, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it wasn't the white people that was joning on me, it was my own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? White people didn't give a damn. I didn't know they was plotting to shoot the school up.
Right.
They was plotting on killing me. You know what I'm saying? But so I got tired of that because I was cardinal. I didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. I didn't have any guidance. I didn't have anybody to show me true leadership and stewardship. And look, that ain't what you should be focused on. You know what I'm saying? I was cardinal. So once I start getting my own money and buy my own clothes, I couldn't wait to go to school and be the freshest nigga in that thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It makes you feel better when you go to school. You
Right.
find your own stuff.
Right.
You know?
And it's funny though because now that I'm a father and I have a son, I can actually teach him. And my son don't give a damn about that. My son got his own goddamn swag, that UPK swag. His swag is so cold that it's funny because like he lived with me now, but before he was living with me, he used to go to school and dress like how I dress. You know what I'm saying? So when they see him and they see him dressed out UPK style, then they see me, they be like, man. Like I didn't know just wearing regular clothes could make a nigga look so hardcore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I thought I needed Jordans. These niggas got black boots on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like spike head pieces.
Right.
How the hell do I get away with that?
And then the most powerful thing about it too is they see that you're his dad, and the son is so much like unto the father.
Right.
That's powerful stuff, right?
Right. Listen, all his teachers love me. Right now, I got to respond to a text from his teacher. I think she trying to get with a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Might be. You know what I'm saying?
She texts me all the time. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make sure he okay. But that goes to show you, like this is brotherhood. Is not just to the outside. You have to have brotherhood and fellowship with your inner circle as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Fathers and sons. Mothers and daughters.
Right.
That is very important to the Lord.
Very.
You know what I'm saying? It's very important, and we have to have that. You get what I'm saying? Because who are they watching? They are watching us. Like my whole life, I was told, this is what my family told me. My mother used to tell me, don't do what I do, do what I say. That's not how that works.
Right. Never works that way.
That's not how that works. You know what I'm
good
saying?
for the moment.
Right.
It never goes, it never
Right.
works that way. It never happens like that.
I do what I see.
Right.
I see you being wicked. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to be wicked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I see you with a Christian heart. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a Christian heart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we got to understand, man, because the hatred that we have for each other is so heavy. Like, we hate each other like nobody else's business, man.
Right.
Like I had an incident today at the slavery where a brother, you know what I'm saying? So my slavery, they mad at me, you know what I'm saying? So they just been trying to do all this kind of wicked stuff to get me to quit. Me personally, I've been doing all this messed up stuff to try to get them to fire me. So I can get my unemployment, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying. All right, they giving out an extra 600. I can use it, you know what I'm saying? I know if I quit, I can't get it, you know what I'm saying? So it's a game of wills at this point. You know what I'm saying? Whoever will is stronger. Which I'm UPK, so I will not fold. You know what I'm saying? I will not fold. But I am gonna do every little meticulous thing that I can do to piss them off. So that's just what I do.
That's what they do to us.
Yeah, right.
They do the same thing to us so that they can have an occasion to fire you.
Right.
So now the shoes on the other foot.
Right. Like I was talking with my supervisor, and they mad at my supervisor, and man, listen, that nigga's not in the truth at all, man. That nigga, he pissed me off sometimes, but one thing I can say is that he do have a real spirit of brotherhood, because they are cracking down on him to slave us out, and he refuses to do it.
Yeah.
He refuses to do it. Like, I told him, man, like I told him the other day, like, man, I appreciate you. Like they was mad at me for some stuff I did and tried to blame him. And I'm like, what are you blame? And I told her, I'm like, what are you blaming him for? I did that. I told her I'm a grown man. He can't make me do nothing. Because I see what they trying to do. They trying to. So what she's trying to do is she's trying to turn him against me.
Yeah, that's what they do.
That's
Yeah,
exactly what
right.
they're trying to do. But just listen, that's how I know the Lord is with a nigga like me. Because no matter what they try to threaten him with, that brother ain't turned against me yet.
Yeah.
That brother has not turned against me yet. Now he has asked me to, like, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. But one thing I can say is that when we in front of them, he has never threw me up under the bus. Never. He has never said anything to make me look at him sideways like, nigga, what the hell? Like
Right.
he has been solid. And I think that's just the Lord showing mercy. Because
Right.
I've always had conversations with him about dropping the truth. Because I told you, like, he got one Hamite to work there.
Right.
And I think I cut him one day. I said, man, this Hamite is, like, he wasn't in the Hamite, wasn't in there. I said, man, the African is more niggas than y'all niggas is. Like, how does he understand and y'all niggas don't? Like, y'all trippy. Y'all
Right.
can't let that happen.
Damn. You know
You know what I'm saying?
Golly, that's a hell of a point that you made with that. And that goes to show also too how us and the Hamites are not the same. Because they think like free people.
Exactly. And the reason I think like a free man is because I'm UPK.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
UPK are not slaves. We are free men in this army under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. You understand? And when we give credit to Commander GEN.YAHANNA, we give credit to him because he's the one that held this truth down. He's the one, listen, that's the reason why we're all here. If it wasn't for Commander GEN.YAHANNA, y'all wouldn't be here, which means I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's why we give him credit. I see a lot of people try to make it seem like we exhort him like he's Christ or something. That's not the case. But this is biblical. You get credit where credit is due.
Right.
Right.
That man is due his glory. That man is due his credit. Not just him, but all the generals.
Right.
All the generals are due their credit, man. Point blank, period. Them brothers are the reason why we are here, man. Point blank, period. It's as simple as that. So that's why we always give Commander GEN.YAHANNA credit, because he is the brother that held it down. Had it have been me, I would be the only nigga with the truth. I'd be like, man, look at these niggas. These niggas is gonna perish. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, to survive, what them brothers survived, it's only a certain breed of people who can do that, man.
Right.
And I like to think that I'm some of the toughest of the tough. But one thing that I learned when I came into this truth is that I wasn't as tough as I thought I was. One thing that I learned, that I was the worst thing that I was the one thing that I always never tried to be. When I came into this truth, I learned that I was something that I despised. And I was a bitch ass nigga. I learned that. I hate that fact that I was. Because I look at all the wicked stuff that I was doing and how I was moving and how I was handling myself and how the hatred that I had for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, even though I thought I loved niggas. Me showing a nigga love on a drug transaction is not love.
Right.
That's hatred. Because I'm giving him stuff to destroy himself.
Right.
That's not love. That's me trying to kill this nigga.
Right.
Like, I'll never forget it. Kaposh broke it down one day. He was like, you claim you love black people. Do you love black people enough to stop selling them drugs?
Right.
I will never forget that, because that changed my life. That was the day that I said, I'm done hustling.
Right.
I'm done hustling, because I do love my brothers and sisters enough to stop selling them drugs. And it made me think of a scenario when I was in the world where it was a sister, she was pregnant. And that's when I used to hustle cocaine, crack cocaine. And she came up to us to buy some crack, right?
Right.
And you know, I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying, like the guru of the neighborhood. I just had respect. Niggas respected me, and if I would say something, niggas would listen. You know what I'm saying? So it's me, it's my little nigga AK. That's my little nigga. You know what I'm saying? We still get it in to this day. One day I'm gonna bring him into this truth. You know what I'm saying? It's me, him, and like 3 other niggas. So the chick come up to us trying to buy some crack. It's very obvious that she's pregnant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I freaked out. I'm like, bitch, you better get away. Like, when I seen her pregnant, you know what it made me think of? Made me think of me.
Right.
Damn, that was me in my mama's stomach. You know what I'm saying? My whole pedigree, my whole family was drug dealers and drug users. We went from selling it to using it. That's usually how it goes if you're in the game long enough. Anybody that's ever seen Scarface or Paid in Full, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
These niggas was selling product and using product.
Right.
Even though that's one of the rules. Never get high off your own supply. When you're bringing it in sometimes you pull a little Scarface like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
go ahead.
If I will, I think one of the defining moments for me, like, goddamn, selling it to some of the brothers that I roll with, moms and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, even a lot of times, their moms were ready to trick for this shit.
Right.
We had to fucking
Yeah,
rush,
and that's real. That's one rule that we had amongst each other because that's messed up. Because we all come from that pedigree. We all come from that pedigree because we was 70s, 80s babies.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? So so our parents was either selling or using or both. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's one thing that we always had. Like we couldn't sell to, like, if we supposed to love each other, we supposed to be brothers. We can't watch our families be destroyed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I had brothers. I had niggas that when I was in the world with that was like, I don't care. Shit, my mama coming to you with it, sell it to her. I'm like, no,
Yeah, I know.
I can't.
Like
I
that.
can't do it. I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'll show you how wicked I was. I sold to my uncles.
Me too.
My uncles came back from Nam. What you need? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
And then me being oblivious to the situation, I'm not realizing that they're going to smoke it with my mother and my auntie.
Right.
So in the same breath, I think I'm making money and being cool, and my uncles is grown man, and they gonna move the way they want to move, and then they bringing it right back home. You saw me? Go ahead.
I'm gonna say, what do you say to the people in the world that might say, okay, it don't matter if I sell it because they're gonna try to smoke it anyway.
Bringing it right back home. You saw me? Go ahead.
I'm gonna say, what do you say to the people in the world that might say, okay, it don't matter if I sell it because they're gonna try to smoke it anyway, so I might as well want to sell it.
All right. Go ahead.
I heard that a whole damn
Listen,
time.
That was one of the most famous lines ever.
Right.
It don't matter if she bought it from you or somebody else. My nigga told me I'd rather her buy it from you. At least I know it's right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was a chef. That's what I used to do. Like, listen, I was traveling there. If I could told you how much dope I done messed up trying to learn how to cook, you'd think I was lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I'd have messed up some money, man. You know what I'm saying? And if I'd have had half the knowledge I did now, I would own multiple houses, not just one. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just born through money. I didn't know no better. Because I was programmed by watching the rap videos, listening to the Oppressor. Knowing that the devil hate me now, I understand why I was doing what I was doing. Because it was a trap. That's why, like, niggas don't even know why they call the trap house the trap house. Yeah, nigga, it's a goddamn trap.
Right. Because the feds gonna come in and they're gonna ram the door with that damn thing one day. You already know.
It's a trap. You trapped to be doing the same shit over and over again. So lucky my language.
Well, the anxiety that comes behind that is just insane.
Listen.
I flushed a whole ounce of weed down the toilet one time just because I saw police
right past
outside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I heard them flush it down the toilet. I was that spooked. I'm like, man, this stuff ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I started thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I didn't start thinking that till I caught my first case.
Oh, man. Yeah, I never caught a case, you know what I'm saying, with like dope or whatever, because, I like, as a matter of fact, I mean, I was slipping. I could have got caught, but, the time that I came closest when I was with, who used to be Trooper Karab,
right.
Krispy Kreme donut, because I just sold some blow to this dude named a devil named Derek.
Right.
And I'm sitting there. We at the bench. The only thing that stopped me from getting busted was the benches had, how they got the little notches in them and everything, right?
So you put it in the notch.
They went around us heavy. He called them because he ain't like how I did him on the last sale.
Right.
So what I did was I took what I had and just tucked it. You know what I'm saying?
In the notch.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they surrounded that bench and everything, and we got patted down and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that was just that. I'm like, man, I gotta.
That's when you realize you almost threw away 20 years of your life.
Right. You know know what I'm saying?
Man, listen, if the Lord wasn't sparing me for this truth, I don't know what He was sparing me for, man. Because like, if for me not to heed this calling, I'd have been dead. You know what I'm saying? I would have been dead because I was stupid. I didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like I had something to prove. I felt like I I was watching an interview with Gen.YAHANNA, and what he said was so hardcore because he was like, I was just out here looking for somebody to be loyal to. Like for me, I feel like how he feels. Like some people have aspirations of being the man. That was never my aspiration. I always knew I was a soldier. Like I'm like this is even what I used to say in the world when people thought I was the man. They're like, man, you the man because the product that I had and I had weight. You know what I'm saying? But I used to even tell them then, I'm not the man's, I'm the man's apprentice. Because I didn't never want them to think in their mind that this is the nigga that got it all.
Right, then they trying to hit you.
And then I gotta kill him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like I didn't sleep back in them days, you know what I'm saying? I was one of them niggas that had security cameras everywhere. Like that's how I was living. You know what I'm saying? Even now that I'm in the truth, I still got security cameras around my house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I done stepped the game up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Got security cameras, dogs. That was just me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I always been. It's just embedded in me to always be on your P's and Q's. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
First line of defense is the dogs, cameras. You make it past that, I got big guns waiting for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Got big guns. You got to make it past this. Listen. I can hold a nigga up. Listen, it's a joke that I used to make when I was in the world, but it's funny. Like, listen, if I ever have to, you know what I'm saying, get into it with the police, they're going to get me because I ran out of food, not because I ran out of ammo. I'm hungry. I give up.
Funny thing about it.
You know what I'm saying? Not because I ran out of ammo, because we ready for that warfare. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't do nothing but quadruple once I came into this school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think here in Naptown, man, we make other schools proud. They be like, man, I ain't know Naptown was getting it in like that.
Yeah, me, my first years of, doing that or whatever, I never even was armed.
Right.
The only person that was armed was Karab.
Right.
He was the only one that was armed and everything. Me myself, I was working slavery. And people knew me for working slavery.
And that was my cover though. That's how I counted for all the money. Even though my slavery didn't add up with all the money I was making, it still was just you gotta have a paper trail.
Right.
So I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't mind working the slave. Like when I first met y'all, I wouldn't work. You see where I was working at?
Right, I know.
You really think I'm paying my bills with that slavery?
Yeah, I know you wasn't, because I applied for that position. So
Right. I'm making nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I wasn't making no goddamn money. That was a cover. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was pushing weight. Like a bodybuilder. You know what I'm saying? That was just a cover. And the bad part is, like, I was making money there. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody that worked there, you see what we walk through to this day. Everybody still know me,
right?
Because I was on my clientele. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I was doing it too. My slaveries and everything. That's the majority, because I wasn't on the streets like the other brothers was corner boys.
Right? No, that's not my thing.
Right.
Now I supply them, but I can't. No, I put you on and we split the money, but that's not my thing because I operate like when I was in the world, I was behind the scenes. Only people that was really getting money knew who I was. Other than that, if you a good hustler, I would put you on, and people would think that you was the man. But I wasn't about to be that target because I listen. I was never built for that. I was never built to be the man on the scene. Even in this truth, I'm not built to be the man on the scene. I'm not built to be the leader of nothing. I'm built to be the right hand man. So if they want to get to you, they got to go through me. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm built for. I'm built for elite. Okay, you want to meet the man? No sweat. You got to deal with me first and make sure that you're worthy. You know what I'm saying? That's just my role. Right. See, I understand. See, and that's the Christian church. There's too many chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Not enough Indians.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's an old school thing. Go ahead.
Time check 8:58.
Most High Christ. So, Lucky, I didn't got to talking. Did we get that last precept, Psalms?
God, Psalms 139 and 21.
Con.
Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee.
Listen, it's a lot here. I know I just said I wasn't gonna keep talking, but this is such a heavy precept. We didn't break down half. I had a bunch of more scriptures I wanted to get into, but we got to learn to. Let me make sure I word this the right way. Okay, there's no other way to word it. I just got to say it. We blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, Salakia, we have to learn to hate. We have to learn to hate. Read that again.
God. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee.
Listen, we have to learn to hate the people that hate me. What did Sean Reed need to learn? Read that again.
Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee.
Sean Reed should have knew how to hate the same people that hate him. Read that again.
Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee.
Ahmaud Arbery should have knew how to hate the same people that hate him. We have to learn that. Keep going.
And am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee?
Should we not be grieved by the fact that these goddamn non-Israelites are rising up against us? Every time we see a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian get murdered, what is the verdict? Not guilty. Not guilty. Should we not be grieved? Listen, there's so many goddamn videos. Just Google black man chilling. Right. And you'll see some goddamn devil coming up trying to oppress them. Right. I seen a video that was a truck driver. Now he drives for a company, right? The company logo's on the side of the goddamn 18-wheeler and everything. Right. And he went into a gated community to drop off some stuff for somebody who lives in that gated community, right, so he could drop it off. They gave him the gate code, so he got in the gate code and was leaving out. They seen it was a black driver. The devil parked his car in front of the exit gate because you need a code to get in the gate, not a code to get out. You just pull up and the gate opens up automatically when you're getting out. So he got a code to get in, but you know, you don't need a code to get out. So this devil parked his car in front of the truck so he couldn't get out and said, "What are you doing here? How did you get in here?" Well, like he just gave him the fifth degree, man. This stuff was so crazy. And the only thing I could think is, man, listen, the Spirit of the Lord was with that brother. Because that brother handled that thing so perfectly. He called his supervisor, like, look, they got me blocked in. I've been here 30 minutes trying to get out. They won't let me out. They claim to call the police. They said they called the police, but they really didn't, because what they was trying to do was provoke him in to altercation, right, where they can then kill him. Right. Wow. My dumb ass would have been the nigga that got killed. Because, listen, I would have straight got provoked. You know what I'm saying? In the world, it didn't take much to trigger me. Like, I was one of them brothers, like General Muhammad said, you look at me wrong, and it's altercation. You look at me, this look right here, listen, there ain't no telling what I might do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I took offense to everything. You breathing the same air as me was an offense in the world. I was like, and then you go, I'm offended. Now we got to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. Like, I took everything to offense. And I swear I love black people.
All right.
I didn't. Go ahead.
That's why we have to learn how to love our people.
Right.
We have to learn how.
I didn't learn that until I came to the school.
I done seen that many times, you know what I'm saying? Of people that, you know, claim to love black people and everything, but then, you know, such a situation happens and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Such and such, or whatever the case is. I done seen that many times, you know. That's why we got to learn. That's why the I.S.U.P.K is so important. We got to learn that. Everybody got to learn that.
Listen, I.S.U.P.K is life. Yeah. And what we got to learn is that we got all this hate for our own. But we should have hate for who? Read that again.
Am not I grieved with those that rise up against thee?
We should be grieved with those who rise up against thee. Let me tell you something. Another black or Hispanic and Native Indian can't rise up against you.
Right.
He doesn't have the goddamn power to do so.
Right.
How is he gonna stop you from getting a job?
Right.
How is he gonna stop you from leaving a gated community?
Right.
How is he gonna stop you from jogging?
Right. That's all the devil right there.
Right. He's not gonna get out and chase you out your car when you take off running from the police.
Right.
He's not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's not.
There's only one way he will. As if the police is his partner.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
Then he'll go out running and be a coon, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Be a Tamacoon.
He'd be help being the slave catcher.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the only time he'll do that.
Let's get some more on the scriptures.
God. Verse 22. I hate them with perfect hatred.
Ooh,
I
listen.
count them mine enemies.
Man, listen, read that again.
I hate them with perfect hatred.
I hate them with perfect hatred. What is perfect hatred? I'll tell you what perfect hatred is for me. Coming into the ISUPK.
Right.
It's that simple.
Right.
It's that simple. Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say probably righteous hatred. Like
Damn
right.
It's justified hatred.
Right.
Right.
And where do you learn that at?
Right.
Based on also too, based on what they have done to your people.
Right. Listen, that's a heavy point that you're breaking out. If I could, sir, that's such a heavy point because, like, when we say hate, the Christian mind goes into 1,000 different places because he doesn't understand that hatred ain't because of the color of their skin. They hate us because of the color of our skin.
Right.
Right.
That's why they have so many derogatory terms for us.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
We didn't spend all our goddamn years thinking of derogatory terms towards them.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We hate them because of what they have done to our brothers and our sisters.
Right.
Listen, like I use Officer Nakashawan for an example. Officer Nakashawan, man, that's a heavy priest and prophet in this truth, man.
Right.
Shout out to Officer Nakashawan, man. If you're watching, I know you know what I'm saying. You got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? Lord be with you, man. You my little nigga. I love you to death, man. You know what I'm saying? But I remember he had said something so heavy one time at camp. He said, I'm out here for my people. You know what I'm saying? He said, personally, the police have never done anything to me. He said, personally, the white man has never done anything to me. He's like, in the world, he get along perfectly with him. He doesn't, no problems. Never been locked up, nothing. No problems whatsoever. He said, they've never done anything to me.
Right.
He said, but it's not about me.
Right.
It's about my brothers and my sisters.
Right.
I thought, man, I'm like, God damn, what that little nigga just brought out is so heavy. It's so heavy.
Yeah.
Because he understands. And listen, I'm not even sure if I would have understood that at 18, at 19. You know what I'm saying? However old he was when he brought that out. I don't even know if I would have understood that. I would have got the roundabout understanding of it, but to understand it the way into the depth, into his heart and his soul, to the point that he joins the ISUPK, he gives up everything that comes with being young. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like everything that comes with being young, especially in today's time. Like because there's a big generation gap between the generation now, the generation that was before them, and the generation that was before them, and so on.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
It's a big gap. It's a big gap. And I'm not even sure that because like when I started to grow, like because even though I wasn't in the truth, I wouldn't know the same things that my generation wouldn't know. I wanted to handle myself with integrity and honor and things of that nature. That's how I wanted to handle myself. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And then I let the filth of the world, you know what I'm saying, corrupt me. That's what I did. I let the filth of the world corrupt me, and I became something that I didn't want to be. I became something that I wasn't meant to be
Right.
because I felt cheated out of a lot of things. But here's the thing: I wasn't cheated. The reason them things happen is because it was meant to happen. But I didn't understand the Most High. I didn't understand none of that. I didn't even believe in the Bible. I didn't. I was what you call an atheist. You know what I'm saying? Because I never read the Bible for myself. I never had anybody read it to me, understand anything, break down a precept for me. Every question I ever went to the Christian pastor with, maybe I'm the only one, but every single solitary question I went to the Christian pastor with, he couldn't answer. He could not answer. I remember when I first came into this truth, when I first met you and Kapash, I remember when I first met y'all. Like you already know how I used to be at your house. I know you was sick of me. You know what I'm saying? I know you was sick of me. I'll be here early in the morning. Get up. You know what I'm saying? But there was never one question that I asked you that you couldn't answer. Not one. Not one. Everything that I asked you, you answered. Even even what I would dub the forbidden questions. You know what I'm talking about. Even the forbidden questions that I asked you, you would answer. You'd be like, okay, go to such and such. You would tell me the precept to go to, and I would go to it and read it, and I would immediately understand it because I was already up under your foot. So I knew I was breaking scriptures down the same way that you was. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm reading it, even though I didn't know what the precept was, once I read the precept, I can break it down because I have the teachings that you bestowed upon me that was bestowed upon you. So I know how to break a precept down when you hear it, even if you ain't never heard it before.
Yeah,
So
the Spirit of the Lord was actually coming into you.
Most High Christ.
Learned that. That's what was going
Most
on.
High
That's where
Christ.
the understanding really started to come in at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's because and you're right, because you have broke so many scriptures down before, and because then you broadened my way of thinking instead of just looking like this tunnel vision. You ever see a horse that's
Right.
carrying something, they got them blinders on so they don't see nothing else?
Right.
Like this is how I was in the Christian church. In the UPK, that turns into this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Now you see everything.
Yeah, peripheral vision and
Right.
all of that.
Now you can see what's behind you. You got eyes in the back of your head now. And that's what it was. So even though I've never read that scripture before, once I start reading it, I can break it down. And then I remember what you asked me. You said, okay, now that you read it and you understand it, how does that help black people? I said, it doesn't. He said, you goddamn right. That's why we don't worry about it. We worried about saving blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. I said, kind of what kind?
Me myself, I wasn't even smart enough to even ask those type of questions. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even those questions. Back when I was first starting to learn stuff and everything, I wouldn't even, the questions that people was asking me, as an officer and everything.
He said it was easy for you.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even smart enough to even when I was, in the world,
learning and trying up, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, those are questions I would never even damn thought of. You know what I'm saying? Damn,
Right. Listen, I just appreciate you, sir, man, because like you and Kapash, y'all the reason I'm here today. Like y'all never. I know y'all was sick of me. I know Kapash was sick of me. That nigga looking at the camera like this nigga. I'm like, Shalom, Lord Christ, sir. Was you asleep? That nigga like, nah, I was up. I've been asleep on his eye. Yeah, man.
It's a different spirit when the brother, is really, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hell, I ain't mind get up at 6 o'clock in the goddamn morning after going to sleep at 3 or something.
Listen. I know I was up. Listen, and Salakia for coming through that goddamn early. I really didn't mean it. I just didn't know. Where else was I gonna go?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where else was I gonna go?
Yeah.
Even the so-called street niggas wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I had nowhere else to go, and I was done with that life, man. Like this was it for me, man. This was it for me, man. That scripture that we just read, you know what I'm saying? The hatred, I understood what true hate was once I met y'all. You know what I'm saying? I understood what it was. I understood what it meant. I understood what my purpose was. I don't even know if y'all remember me telling you that. I told y'all, this is my life.
Yeah, I remember that.
This is my life, man. And I'm glad y'all gave me that, man. I'm glad y'all gave me that life, man. This priesthood. I didn't know what else. Listen, I'd have been dead if it wasn't for y'all, man. I'd have been dead for nothing. Now, if the Lord does call my life, at least I know I have a purpose behind it. You understand? I know I have a purpose behind it. It's to spread this truth and protect my brothers. You know what I'm saying? For every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian within the sound of my voice, every brother in the I.S.U.P.K is going to lay down his life for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. We already have. Who else is up teaching classes? Who else is up doing this, man? It reminds me of another story, huh? Officer Markabov told me, you know what I'm saying? He said, Kapaz was like, said it's all about warfare. Said you gotta fight everything. He said you gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? He started talking about the enemies you gotta fight. He said you even gotta fight your sleep. You gotta fight your sleep depression. You know what I'm saying? He said some of y'all is in your drawers right now watching this video.
Yeah, I remember that.
He said I was remarkable. He said that right there was it for me. He said because I was in my drawers watching the video. like that shit right there is so goddamn hardcore, man. If that's not a priest or prophet of the Lord, tell me what is, man. Yeah. And you know how you end up saying some stuff like that? You gotta have hatred for your enemy. You gotta have hatred for your enemy to be able to bring in your allies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Love is measured by that.
Right. Damn right. That's how love is measured. That's a shirt. Love is measured by hate. You know what I'm saying?
It really is.
Love is measured by hate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't love if you don't hate.
Right.
You can't hate if you don't love.
Right.
You can't have one without the other. You can't have night without the day. How can you have hate without love? How can God be all love without some goddamn hate?
Right.
How can Christ be all love without some hate?
Right.
Why are we not supposed to hate the people who is killing our brothers and sisters out here in these streets, man?
Right.
Like, when is enough, man?
Right.
Like, it's been past enough, man. We have watched so many blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians die, man. Everywhere that we walk in America, we walking on the bones of the Gadites.
Right.
Like, there's nowhere that you can go in America that you're not walking on the bones of the Gadites.
Right.
Where can you go? It don't matter if you go to get your car washed, you go to the mall, the grocery store, your baby mama house. Where can you go that you're not walking on the bones of your brothers and sisters? They don't even have goddamn proper burials. You think they dug up the graves and moved the bones and put them at a burial site before they start paving the way for devils to travel?
Right.
Or did they just pave the goddamn way?
Yeah, a lot of times they just dug big old holes and just threw them all in there.
Right.
And that was that, you know.
Right. And we walk on them.
Right.
We walk on them. There's an old school movie, man. I don't know if a lot of people remember this, but it's a movie called The Poltergeist. And it was being hunted by spirits. And what was them spirits? The spirits was Native Americans. They had to get a Native American so-called shaman to come in and clear the spirit out.
Damn, that's the detail, because Poltergeist came out when I was really young and everything. Right. I didn't understand.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was watching it a couple of years back, and now I understand this because I'm in the truth now. You know what I'm saying? But like it's like Poltergeist 3 or some crap. You know what I'm saying? Because Poltergeist 1 and 2, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You didn't really understand the concept of the spirits. I understood it like Poltergeist 3 when they got the shaman in. Who is he talking about?
Oh, man.
Who is he talking about? He's talking about the Native Indians.
All right.
Go ahead.
Another movie that came out too, where the spirits of the slaves are these little toys. Remember that?
Oh,
shit. The name of it. Yeah, the spirit was in the little toys. You had
some hood,
the little saw head.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, damn, what's the name of that movie?
Oh, man,
where he's like, this ain't no funeral home. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man.
Hey,
oh man, that's a good one right there.
They was like dogs, and they was up on the wall and painting.
It was painting, yeah.
And then
the devil was like, I'm gonna get you, you little nigglets.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, man. It's a hood movie too, man. Yeah. I remember. It's messed up, man. That used to be one of my favorite movies. No, I can't remember.
The dude with the
Tales from the
soft
Hood,
hair.
ain't that it?
No,
Tales from the
no,
Hood.
it was another one. Dude. I
I
remember
think-
Tales from the Hood, but this was another one.
Are
With
you sure it ain't Tales from the
It
Hood?
might be because Tales from the Hood was compiled of different.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was Tales from the Hood.
I
You
think
had a
that's it.
little
Yeah,
Ram Man,
I'm gonna
like,
get
you
you, you
remember
little
Ram Man
niggas.
from
Had
Transformers.
the Edomite running around with the
Yeah,
shotgun
yeah.
trying to get him. It was the because he was a plantation owner.
Right,
He was a
right,
plantation
right.
owner,
Yeah.
and somebody used to make the dolls of the slaves that he was killing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, that's so heavy, man. Like, and the reason the reason them dolls came back was for what? Hate.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? They came
Yes.
back like, nigga, you not about to get away with this,
And also, justice.
right?
You
And
know
there's
what I'm saying?
nothing.
Justice.
That's something that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians just refuse to understand.
Right.
We don't understand justice when it's another nation killing us.
Right.
I see it all the goddamn time.
Right.
And it's sad though because I was on Facebook earlier at the slave. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I get on Facebook at the slave because I try to dip off and I don't give a damn about that job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm on Facebook, right? And I see the clip of that one brother that got killed in his own house. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. Was it Boffin Jean or something like
I
that?
think it was. I think that was the name. Got killed by the white woman.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Colonel
That was
Concert.
the dude.
Yeah, him. So I see the meme and they got it's lucky. It's not funny, man. It's not funny. Whoever did it because they was trying to get a crackle out of a nigga. But it shows the devil sitting there, and it shows the sister stroking her hair. The clip of the sister stroking her hair, and I didn't mean to laugh, but I couldn't help it because I'm like, look how much fucking Salakia, my language, Salakia. I'm like, look how much love and compassion that she has for this devil, that she's
Right.
stroking her hair and worried about her well-being and worried about how sad she is.
Right. And then she was the one in the wrong.
Right.
That murdered that man.
She
Why was
claimed.
she stroking?
Listen, let me run into somebody else's house and murder them and say that I thought it was my house.
Right.
Let me do a devil like that. Listen, they're gonna put me up under the
You know
jail.
what? She ain't stroked the hair of that dude's mom.
Show didn't.
She ain't stroked her hair, did she?
Show didn't.
You know what I'm saying?
Show
She
didn't.
stroked that white woman's hair that murdered him.
Damn right.
It's okay.
And the brother was the worst. I just want to give her a hug. I want to forgive her.
Golly.
Like I remember General Muhammad, I broke that down. He said, you know, saying white woman tears are more precious than diamonds.
Right.
Like white woman tears, they see a white woman cry, and America just comes to a complete standstill.
Right.
Damn, a white woman cry. I want to see a white woman die.
Right.
Listen, I hate them with perfect hate, and there's nothing wrong with that. Right. There's nothing wrong with hating the people that's murdering your brothers and your goddamn sisters. Listen. Here's what really got me. Here's what really got me to go in my juices to flow, because all the time I see where these heathens and these oppressors kill blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian family forgive them.
Right.
They got nothing but love for them. It's like the five heartbeat. I got nothing but love for you, baby.
Yeah,
like they love them. But the second that it's another black, Hispanic, or Native Indian that commits the same crime, what's the first thing they holler? They want justice.
Right. Exactly.
They want vengeance. They want them to suffer. They want them to do life in jail.
Right.
Where is the hatred for the people who is not your people?
Right.
How do you have compassion on the people who is not your people, but all this love and mercy for the people who's not your people, but nothing but hatred for the people that are?
Right.
Right.
And then the devils and everything, when you do something to one of them, they're gonna make sure they want you on the gallows.
Oh man, listen. You do something.
All of that forgiving.
They make movies about it.
Right.
They make movies about it. They make movies about something happening. Listen, what's the one? Law-abiding citizen. That's the one with the one devil that played in 300 and Jamie Foxx. That's one of the most recent movies. Now, this is a movie where the devil does I forget what he does for a living. He works for the CIA or something, right? So his family gets murdered, right? He goes to court. The trial didn't fall in his favor. Jamie Foxx is the lawyer, right? Jamie Foxx take a plea bargain or whatever, tells him to take it. The devil don't accept that. So he spends like the next 10, 15 years setting up an elaborate way to kill everybody that was involved, make Jamie Foxx suffer. You know, he's the nigga. He got to suffer the most. You know what I'm saying? So he spends the next 10, 15 years setting everything up so he can get his vengeance. The white man tells you in his movies that if you do this to me, nothing on the face of this planet is going to stop me from getting my vengeance.
Right.
I'm going to make sure you pay for what you've done to me. And not only that, but
Family will pay.
All
all
right.
of that.
Right.
Remember Malcolm X's grandson?
Uh,
Oh man, yeah, they murdered him in Mexico.
Goddamn.
Malcolm X's grandson. Remember, because there was a little thing about him for a couple of months, and they had him with his, pictures, talking about. They had like some little documentary about him or whatever.
Right.
They murdered him right down in Mexico, and it said before they did all of that, the police was rolling by him and like hissing like snakes and stuff like that.
Goddamn. Goddamn.
Yeah, that's some serious stuff right there. Malcolm X didn't even kill no white people.
Right. See, I don't remember him killing nobody.
No, that's what I'm saying.
If I could, one more thing before we get ready to wrap it up. It's the drug queen thing, Griselda Blanca.
Right.
Like when she was basically a cartel queen pin. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She had done so much killing and so much messed up stuff to where I believe, I may be wrong about this, but I believe the people that assassinated her was some either Ammonites or Moabites, like they was Asian.
It might have been. It could be true.
Because because when you think about the drug cartel, we only think about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
That's not the case.
Yeah, we ain't think about the Jewish,
Right.
the Japanese, because they were influxing into South America at the same time.
Right. The Akuza.
Yeah.
What do they deal in?
Right.
They deal in drugs.
Right. That's the reason why.
And when they showed the video of her getting murdered, so the people rode up on one of the motorcycles, and the other dude was sitting how I'm sitting now, but he had the two Uzis. He pulled up, they pulled up, he was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what the Akuza is famous for, pulling up like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And laying everything out.
Right.
That's why I think it was like an Akuza hit. You know what I'm saying? And they killed her like at 70, 80 years old. My thing is this.
Damn, when did they do this? Because
When
she had got out of prison.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. She was an old ass woman.
Damn.
They killed her at the grocery store buying tomatoes and onions and apples.
Damn, ain't that some shit? I need
Listen,
to
listen. You know one thing they didn't forgive?
What's it?
Her.
Yes.
And they hated her with perfect hate.
Right. Yeah.
Perfect hate. They said, listen, there's no way you're gonna get away with murdering one of ours.
Right.
You got too much blood on your hands to get away with this.
Right.
We are going to murder you.
Everybody. She was having everybody killed.
Right.
Remember the black dude
Yeah.
that she was with? And had him running everything while she was in the Judite brothers.
Right.
And she was having run everything. They hated them South Americans.
They really hated the fact that he was with her, even though that they both was considered Israel, because she was an Israelite.
Yeah, she was Israelite.
But see, they didn't look at it like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They looked at him because once more, and that's the thing. That was to show you the hatred that we have for each other. Because if you look at the curses that we're all under, who else is pushing drugs like us?
Right.
Them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Why are we doing that? Because of the poverty that we're in.
Right.
We're just trying to find a way to eat. That's it.
Cocaine is a cash cow.
Right. And nobody wants more. Nobody blames the oppressor for bringing the drugs in.
Right.
No one says this is his fault. Right. Point the finger at him. Who did it? The white man right here. Nobody never does that. Nobody never does that. They passed a law that if a fiend ODs, right, and they find out the drug dealer that done it, the drug dealer gets charged with the murder. Why come ain't nobody charging the CIA with pushing the drugs in?
Right, exactly. Right.
You know what I'm saying? We have to understand that perfect hate. We have to learn to hate the same people that hates us, man. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's only one way to truly learn how to hate, and that's to come into the I.S.U.P.K under Commander GEN.YAHANNA, man. You understand? This place, real quick, I know I'm running way over. I don't mean to do that, Salakia. But, like, we've been labeled a hate group already,
Right.
even though we've never committed one hate crime.
Right.
Like, we're not running out. We're not running out in the boonies burning the shield of David in nobody's yard.
Right. Exactly.
We
Ain't
not.
hung nobody.
Yeah. We not hanging no devils. We not tying them to the back of our cars on 24s and smashing. You know what I'm saying? Dragging a carcass behind us. We not doing that. We are labeled a hate group though, and the reason that we are labeled a hate group is because we love blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and only blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
See, we wouldn't be labeled a hate group if we loved everybody.
Yeah.
They'd be like, no sweat, I love everybody. White Jesus, white power, you good to go. But because we love only blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians how to separate and how to hate with perfect hate, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Perfect hate don't mean going out here committing hate crimes. Perfect hate means joining the I.S.U.P.K and giving up the wicked ass life that you used to live when you was in the world and start living a righteous life. That's what perfect hate is. Perfect hate, to break it down even simpler, perfect hate is following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God.
Right.
If you hate your enemies, here's how you can prove it. Follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God.
Right.
That proves that you have perfect hate. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Because right. Because you follow the law, statutes, commandments, that angers the enemies.
Right.
And it puts them in a situation
Right.
where like say for instance, when it says, love thy neighbor as ourselves, and we know who the neighbor is,
Right.
and we love them like ourselves, but we don't love the heathens like that.
Right.
That burns them up.
Right. And it's a precept about following these laws, statutes, and commandments. I can't remember where it's at, but I'll paraphrase it. Where they're trying to beat the Israelites, and so the king calls the council, and the council tells them, as long as they're following the laws, statutes, and commandments of their God, nobody can beat them.
I know we talked about it in the Apocrypha with the one dude in the book of Judas. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't think of the precept, but I'm glad you know what I'm talking about. He's like, if we want to beat them, we can't beat them if they're following the law, statutes, and commandments of their God.
Right.
But if we want to beat them, we have to get them to not hate us with perfect hate, to hate themselves, to not follow the law, statutes, and commandments. To hate your enemies with perfect hate is to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, man. That's as simple as that. If just imagine if every black, Hispanic, and Native Indian would just follow the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Just do it for a week and see what it gets you. You've been breaking the law, statutes, and commandments your whole goddamn life. And what has it got you? It has got you absolutely nothing. You already eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. You sleeping with whores. You doing all this wicked, vile stuff, and it has gotten you absolutely nothing.
Right.
Let's try something different for once. I know me personally. I'm gonna speak for myself. I know once I start following the law, statutes, and commandments, my whole life changed around. It was tough at the beginning. You get what I'm saying? But the reason it was tough is because it is. I understand the difference between being punished and being tested. I was being tested.
Right.
If the Most High said to me, if crap hit the fan, will you still serve me? Let's find out. You know what I'm saying? He turned my life upside down like this. You know what I'm saying? Now what you gonna do? Is you still gonna serve me, or is you gonna fold up? I said, I'm gonna still serve you. I'm still gonna serve. I'm still gonna follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. I'm still gonna serve you with everything in me. You know what got me through it? The book of Job. I was told to read the book of Job. I said, God damn, I read the book of Job. I felt so bad for Job. I didn't listen. I said, man, what that nigga went through is nothing compared to what I'm going through. It's nothing. If he can survive that, I can survive this. And the scriptures say that these scriptures are here for our learning. We need to learn how to serve the Lord. We need to learn how to hate our enemies. Christ hated Esau. Why the hell do you love him when you claim to serve Christ? The Most High hated Esau. So why the hell do you love him when the Most High hated him? Go ahead.
Christ wasn't running up in Rome trying to save the Edomites.
Hell no. It's a lot.
He wasn't doing none of that.
Right. One came to him and was begging on his knees. He ignored her. Only reason he showed her a lick of compassion is because she knew her place.
Right.
She got down on hands and knees and begged and pleaded and cried for him to save her daughter. And he said, you know your role. I'll go ahead and do this one favor. But he didn't give her no covenant. He didn't love her forever and ever. She is not accepted into the kingdom of heaven. You get what I'm saying? He just showed somebody a favor because they knew their place. You understand that when it comes to other blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
We understand it also too about the Esau system.
Oh yeah. When you get a favor, you understand that the reason you got this favor is because you knew your place.
And it causes us to love them forever.
Yeah, Stockholm syndrome.
You know what I'm saying?
Stockholm.
That's one of our biggest battles is with the people that love them so much.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Because the devil showed them a favor.
Right. Damn right. Listen, man, we about to get ready to wrap this class up. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the one thing that you have to do is love every single solitary black, Hispanic, and Native Indian that you come across, man.
Right.
That you come across, man. I was in a situation today. I'll give you an example. I was in a situation today where like I said, my supervisor, he cool. That's a hardcore nigga. I got love for him. It's another nigga. This nigga's super Christian. He don't even realize he did. So what he did today was it was some devil in the office. I ain't never seen this devil before. He's some contractor. You get what I'm saying? Being that everything is trying to open back up, he's there trying to do some work or whatever the case. Everybody's over there talking and whatnot, blah, this scoop, hee hee ha ha. My supervisor there, the property manager there, this other cat that I work with is there. You know what I'm saying? So they all cracking jokes or whatever, talking about stuff, this and that. I come in, I'm listening to GEN.YAHANNA class. I got my earbuds in, you know what I'm saying? So I'm already in my zone. I'm like, wait a minute, the devil, you know what I'm saying? I'm listening to GEN.YAHANNA, he make you feel like you can take on the whole world. You know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to GEN.YAHANNA class, but I got it turned down enough to where I can hear what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I can still be aware of my surroundings. You know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to them talk or whatever. They get to talking about how the world is going, you know, to hell in a handbasket. The devil like, so we're supposed to be afraid to live now? Like the devil, it's funny though, because as I'm hearing this devil speak, I'm like, this devil does not give a damn about the coronavirus. This devil rather die than to feel like he's being oppressed. Even though the coronavirus is not oppressing him, you can still go to the store. You can still, whatever you want to goddamn eat, you can still get it. The only thing you can't do, like, I'm going to just be real. This is, maybe it's just me. The coronavirus has not stopped me from doing anything that I want to do. But maybe it's because I don't have the freedom that a devil has. But anything that I want to do, I can still do.
Right.
I can go where I want to go. I can eat what I want to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do what it didn't stop me. It didn't stop nothing. Go ahead.
Good. What you bring out is heavy. I think they can't. There's some of their businesses shut down, and they can't have gatherings and stuff like concerts or any shit like that.
Yeah, right. To enjoy the full benefits of America. That's the problem, because America for them is different from America for us. It's just like when a recession hit. There's like it's a recession. I was like, what the hell is a recession? Like I didn't know being poor had a different name. But white people, they call it a recession. For niggas, we call it being poor.
Yeah, we just get,
You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's just the
Not,
ghetto.
yeah, exactly. It's the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Now with this coronavirus and everything shutting down, it's no different to me because number one, I don't have the funds to travel when I want to travel. I don't take a vacation. I take a staycation. I don't go anywhere. I'm here in the city.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Where am I gonna go? I can't afford it. I don't have my own personal business to hire my brothers and sisters and be able to make sure that everybody's eating. So that's not a problem. Like nothing changed for my life during this lockdown. I tell you, only thing that changed for me that I enjoyed was that I got to spend more time with my family. That wasn't a burden for me.
Yeah.
That was actually lovely for me. I loved it.
Right.
It kind of sucks that I feel like it's about to end. Like one thing it let me know is that yeah, homeschooling is definitely the direction I want to go.
Right.
If school was such an essential business, it would have never shut the hell down.
Right. Not.
Unless you know they don't give a damn about your kids' education.
Right.
It would have never shut down if it was essential business.
You know,
They would have had to take that risk.
Right.
These kids need their education no matter what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not an essential business. It's just another slave quarters that they can do to get away with for a little bit until next year. Then they bring your kids back full capacity, slaving them out even more.
Right.
Go ahead.
It just like, you know, when America was first started,
Right.
they didn't come over here and just start building up schools.
Right.
They had to steal everything, rob everything, and then
Right.
they had pulled in enough money and then started some schools.
Right.
The facilities of
And the
learning.
funny part is, if you do the history, most of these schools were black schools at first.
Right.
That the oppressor just stole the money, never gave black people the benefit of the doubt or any benefits at all or any credit at all, and turned them all into white schools.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because who was the people with all the education?
Right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
The oppressor didn't have any education.
Right.
What education did they have? Only
Right.
thing they knew how to do was murder.
Right. And a lot of them that came over here didn't even know how to read.
Right.
They didn't even know how to read.
Damn right. Damn right. Like, man, listen, man. This crap that's going on, man, is so wicked, man. So goddamn wicked. And it's brainwashing brothers and sisters to the point that they feel like now they have to work even harder to be accepted by the oppressor. I want to finish the story real quick. Like I said, my supervisor, he cool. I got nothing but love for him because it don't matter how much this devil, this heathen try to crack the whip on him, he refuses to crack the whip on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just not in him. I like that in him. You know what I'm saying? That he's just like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what this bitch want, but I can't do what she's asking. It's just not in his spirit to do it. But I know if this Christian cat had the power, this nigga would be all over. He couldn't wait to crack the whip. So let me tell you what he did. Like I said, it's a devil contractor I ain't never seen. I doubt if anybody ever seen. They in there kee and ha and cracking jokes and stuff, right? So they get to talking about the prices of food and stuff like that. And he get to talking about milk, you know, because he's a devil. So he got a little land. He's talking about the goat milk that he's producing and stuff like this. Right. And of course, most niggas never had goat milk. And that's what the dude say. I ain't never had goat milk and stuff. And then so the niggas like, yeah, I'm afraid to get some goat milk, such and such, so and so far they scoop. And they get to cracking a joke. And then this nigga uses me to crack a joke on. He says something slick and uses my name to crack a joke. And my property manager, this heathen, his bitch act like it was just the funniest joke in the world.
Right.
And instinctively, I was about to snap. I caught myself.
Right.
I caught myself because, like I said, I was listening to Jim Muhammad class. You know what I'm saying? And it was something that he said that made me trigger back. Like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. But my instinctive nature was to be like, man, F you. F-Y-F. That's what I call it. You know what I'm saying? F-Y-F. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I'll break it down as clear as I can. Forget you, you homosexual. FYF. That was my natural instinct to escalate the situation. You know what I'm saying? Don't crack no joke on me. The hell I look like? I hit you in your mouth. Like that was my natural instinct. Like I instantly wanted to hit him in his mouth. I said, no sweat. I'm gonna let this ride. You know what I'm saying? So he cracked a joke. He laughing, she laughing, but my supervisor didn't laugh. He looked at me, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's no problem. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to check him today. I didn't get the opportunity to, but I'm on his head tomorrow. I'm on his bumper. I'm gonna let him know. Look. I don't mind you cracking a joke when it's me, you, and other niggas. You can crack a joke on me around niggas. I can live with that. But what I can't do is have you crack a joke in front of these goddamn heathens and some devil that we ain't never met.
Right.
Like this is that kind of party.
Right. Some brawls.
Yeah, this ain't that kind of party. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I'm not the butt of your joke in front of nobody. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's us and it's the niggas, that's brothers. I can take that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I have the spirit of brotherhood, and I don't look at myself amongst my brothers as here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But amongst the heathen,
Right.
amongst these goddamn devils, don't ever do that, man. I'll break your goddamn jaw. So lock you. You know what I'm saying? I don't advocate violence, but don't play with me like that. And if you do it again, I'm gonna check you in front of them, which I didn't want to do because that's ain't gonna do nothing but feed their ego. Oh, look at these niggers into it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, I didn't want to do it in front of them, but if I'm gonna go to him, I'm gonna let him know, like, look, bro, don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't do that. These people ain't us. You know what I'm saying? When you do that, they look at it differently from what you actually meant it. Yeah, he's trying to get some brownie points.
Right.
He's trying to be King Coon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But what he don't understand is that I'm UPK and I don't play that shit. So lucky in my language.
Yeah,
Like,
trying to kiss their motherfucking ass.
right now, listen. You think I'm going for that tomorrow, bright and early? Because I'm usually the second person there. It's the Hamite there first, me, then him. I'm gonna catch him as soon as he get out his car. Don't do that no more.
Yeah. Just let them know.
Yeah, don't do that no more. And I'm gonna tell him you probably didn't mean it that way, but this is how I took it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't do that in front of these people.
Right.
Now, what if it's us? We good. Go ahead, sir.
I had a situation like that because what you bring out was heavy. I was working at the Family Dollar store, and there was a black girl that they put like as a little like middle manager, but
Right.
they put her in the manager part that gotta do the most, like gotta the most stress, got the most responsibilities, but ain't really in charge.
Ain't making the most money though.
They the one the most accountability on her head, And then one time I was on my phone and she like yelled out, like, get off your phone, like extra loud. You know what I mean? So then I had to take her like at the end of the shift. I talked to her one-on-one and was like, don't yell at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not your kid or none of that. I know that's not in your handbook to yell at employees and none of that. So don't yell at me. You know what I mean? And she just took it and whatever. But when I think about it, it's kind of sad, you know what I mean? Because they had one day where one of the like big managers was coming to like check everything in the store.
Right.
All the other little managers left and left her there. So he was going around the whole store, basically like checking her about why everything was wrong in the store. And like basically they just left it all on her. So it's just like, man, they put all this little pressure on her. You know what I'm saying? And then, but it's just it's just the white man's the oppressor.
It's the devil, right? That's right.
It's the end of the story. But man, it's just how they be doing us. Like when you go to the fast food store, you see Israel in there, and they getting work. They got like 1 million. They do like 3,000 customers a day.
Right, them essential workers.
You get no pay. You're not getting tips. You're not getting nothing. You're just working all day. And you see them all stressed and stuff, and it's like even if they mess up on your order, it's like you want your good order right because you're paying, but it's like all of this is at the expense of Israel.
Right.
You know what I mean? You get the good order, get it cheap. If it mess up, you can talk to them and have them fix it. But still, at the end of the day, they just the one getting abused.
Right.
Israel's just the one getting abused at the end of the day.
And what you're saying is such a heavy point. Like all through this lockdown, it don't matter where I went, where I was going, Sam's Club, Walmart, Kroger's, McDonald's, White Castles. Guess who I seen working?
Right.
Niggas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The essential workers, the workforce. And one thing that I didn't do because I understand and I have love for my brothers and I hate my enemies. And by hating my enemies, guess what that makes me do to my brothers? That makes me love my brothers even more. That's why I didn't check dude in front of that devil. But I am gonna catch him by himself and let him know, like, nah, you can't do that, brother. You know what I'm saying? And here's why you can't do it. I understand in your Christian heart, you think everybody is the same, but it's not. Because while you cracking jokes on me, which one of them devils crack jokes on each other?
Right. Which one of them devils is he cracking jokes on? Because he ain't doing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He ain't just sitting there taking some matter to be like, yeah,
Right.
you know, Bob over here, you know.
Right.
This, you know, he's touching, and everybody start
Right.
laughing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't
And
doing
like I
none of
said, I don't mind it amongst us
that.
because we Judah. That's how we get down. You know what I'm saying? But don't ever try to embarrass me in front of these heathens. What the hell wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Point blank. Period. This is not that kind of party. And if you still try to do it, then you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to treat you the same way you treat me. Not that I want to, but I'm gonna have to because you can't try to play me like I'm soft in front of nobody. That is not the case. Before this job, before anything, my manhood and my pride comes first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Point blank. Period. It comes first. I don't give a damn about this job. You say something, and this is after I pull him to the side, try to talk to him, and let him know, like, this is what you did wrong. I shouldn't have to explain this to him because he's an OG or supposed to be, but he's a Christian.
Probably an OC. You know what I'm saying? Not an OG. Yeah, you know, that's a factor also.
Right. Right.
You know,
Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Listen, he is. He is. He's soft as hell, man. You know what I'm saying? He's soft as hell. And that's why, you know, I'm going to show him what it is to have manhood and the spirit of manhood and let him know, like, when I catch him, because, like, I didn't want to say nothing in front of nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I just want to get him by himself and let him know, like, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do you like that. I would never do you like that. And I wouldn't do you like that out of love for you and hatred for my enemies. We can't, and this goes for every brother in the world. Any brother within the sound of my voice that's not UPK, because in the UPK we understand this. But all you brothers in the world, don't ever, ever, ever downgrade your brother at the expense of a goddamn devil, at the expense of a heathen, at the expense of these other nations. You can't do that, man. You have to be with your brother 100%, no matter the situation, man. Whatever the fault is between you and your brother, y'all settle that later. But when it comes to the enemy, you're supposed to hate them with perfect hate. And the only way to hate them with the perfect hate is to be united with your brother, no matter what, through all calls, through all situations. Like I said, I'm sorry to let this class get away. The water for everybody that's rocking with us. We're about to go ahead and wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? With the I.S.U.P.K, started 1 West, 125th Street. Yeah, Most High Christ.
We are the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York.
Damn right.
Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'ashera, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, the Passover is to be announced once New York is shut down, lockdown is lifted. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that being said, we're going to do the Lord's prayer. Wapanya Hakyadam, which means rise and face the east. We're going to do the Lord's prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa,
Abanawa,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Kodash,
Kodash,
Haya,
Haya,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malakutka,
Malakutka,
Taba'ah,
Taba'ah,
Batazaka,
Bazarka,
Haya,
Haya,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Baharataza,
Barataza,
Kawa,
Kawa,
Haya,
Haya,
Bashamayim,
Bashamayim,
Nathanawa,
Nananaw,
Lakam,
Come,
Kal,
Kal,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Wasalaknawa,
Wasalaknaw,
Kabawafinawa,
Kabawafinaw,
Kasalaknawa,
Kasalaknaw,
Kabawafinawa,
Kabawafinaw,
Wala'a,
Allah,
Tabiyainawa,
Yanaw,
Banasawan,
Banasawan,
Abba,
Abba,
Hawashinawa,
Shanaw,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rai,
Rai,
Kayan,
Kaya,
Lakam,
Lakam,
Hamalakwa,
Hamalakwa,
Wa'ala,
Wa'ala,
Wa'atapara,
Wa'atapara,
La'awalamyo,
La'awalamyo,
Aman.
Aman.
In the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be
Thy
done
will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in
as
heaven.
it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
daily bread.
and forgive us our debts
Give us our debt.
as we forgive our debtors.
We forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into
And lead
temptation,
us not into temptation,
but deliver us from
but
evil.
deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the
and
glory,
the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Prayer for the Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashim Yahushai,
Hashem Yahushua,
Baba Kushah,
Baba Kushah,
Nathanawa,
Nananaw,
Hakak,
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 Larapa'ah,
Rapa'ah,
Kalmakala,
Kalmakala,
Wakamaruwa,
Kalmawa,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Latahar,
Latahar,
Hamatazariah,
Hamatazariah,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Lahakwil,
Lahakil,
Hamathiam,
Hamathiam,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Arakawa,
Akawa,
Hatama Allah,
Tama'ala,
Lagarshad,
Garsha,
Bahasham,
Hashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushua,
Tuwala,
Tawala,
Aman.
Aman,
In the English, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushai,
name Yahushua,
please give us the power,
please give us the power
to heal
to heal
all manner of sickness
all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease,
all manner of disease,
the power
the power
to cleanse the lepers,
cleanse the leper,
the power
power
to raise the dead,
raise the dead,
the power
power
against unclean spirits,
against unclean spirit,
to cast them
to
out.
cast them out.
In the name of
In
Yahushua,
the name of Yahushua,
thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh,
Why Yahweh Shai?
Why Yahushua,
Why Miyaka Allah?
Yaka Allah,
Why Allah Hayo?
Allah Hayom,
Mataz Abiyah.
Azabiyah,
Allah Yahanna.
Allah Yahanna,
Ha Allah Yum.
Allah Wapim,
Ha Saranyam.
Asarayim,
Ha Kutazayanyam.
Akadiyayim,
Ha Kayayoyam.
Akadiyayim,
Why Hakwatiyam.
Wa'akwatiyim,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Ba'Hashem.
Hashem,
Yahushai.
Yahushua,
Tuwala.
Tawala,
Aman.
Aman.
What we said in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh,
And Yahushai.
and Yahushua,
And Michael.
and Michael,
And the angels.
and the angels,
Commander General Yohanna.
Commander Yohanna,
The generals.
the generals,
The
the
captains.
captains,
The officers.
the officers,
The troopers.
troopers,
And the sisters.
and the sisters,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
In the name of
in
Yahushai.
the name of Yahushua,
Thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
The anointing prayer in the Hebrew. Yabaraka Yahweh.
Yabaraka Yahweh,
Washamaraka.
Yashamarka,
Ya'ar Yahweh.
Yahweh, Yahweh,
Panyawa.
Ben Yahweh,
Ayaka.
Ayaka,
Wayakanka.
Yakanka,
Yasha'a.
Yasha,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Panyawa.
Ben Yahweh,
Ayaka.
Ayaka,
Wayashamlaka.
Yashamlaka,
Shalom.
Shalom,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Ba'Hashem.
Hashem,
Yahushai.
Yahushua,
Barak.
Barak,
Rapah.
Rapah,
Magad.
Magad,
Hagad.
Hakad,
All destroyed of Israel.
all destroyed of Israel,
Done.
all destroyed of Israel,
All destroyed of Israel.
done.
The Thurman family.
The Thurman family,
The Sutton family.
Sutton
The
family,
Hill family.
The Hill family,
The Puckett family.
Bucket family.
The Wright
the
family.
Wright
Right
family,
family.
The Johnson family.
Johnson family,
The Shinny family.
the Shady family,
The Hill
the
family.
Hill family,
Done.
done.
By Hashem Yahushai.
By Hashem Yahushua,
The water Aman.
the one Aman,
What we said in the English, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
bless thee and keep thee.
Bless
bless
thee
thee
and
and
keep
keep thee.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
make his face shine upon thee.
make his face shine upon thee,
And be gracious unto thee.
and be gracious unto thee.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
lift up his countenance upon
lift
thee.
up his countenance upon thee,
and give thee peace.
Give thee peace.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahushua,
in the name of Yahushua,
bless,
bless,
heal,
heal,
shield,
shield,
protect.
protect.
Names of the loved ones we just named.
In the name
Name
of
of
the
levels
Lord,
with this name.
I.S.U.P.K curses in English. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
heaven and earth,
and all things
And
living.
all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of
in
Yahushua,
the name of Yahushua,
listen to us now,
Listen to us now.
right now.
Right
right now.
Send evils and curses,
Send
He was a curse.
and punishment and destruction
What is destruction?
to the
to
heathen
the heathen,
that speak against us,
speak against us,
thy prophets,
the prophets,
the
the
teachers,
teachers,
the princes,
princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite
the
brothers,
Israelite brothers,
and the schools.
and the schools,
Send evils
send
evil,
evil,
and curses
and curses,
and punishment
and punishment,
and destruction
and destruction
to the
to the
heathen,
heathen,
and shake
to
loose
shake loose
the
the
treasure
treasure
of the rich of
of the rich
Israel
of Israel,
that
that
refuse
refuse
to give to the
to
schools,
give
Give to the school.
force their riches,
force
Force
the
the
riches,
riches.
to enter to thy
Into
sanctuary,
thy
sanctuary.
sanctuary.
send evils and
He
curses
was a curse.
and punishment and destruction
punishment, destruction
to the Edomites
to
The Edomite.
and the
and the
nations
nation,
and their drug
drug
dealers,
Drug dealers.
court system,
system,
prison system,
prison system,
Planned
Planned
Parenthood,
Parenthood.
governments of our
Government
enemies,
Governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues,
Amalek
synagogue.
and armies,
and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church.
the Pope,
Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux
Ku
Klan,
Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
skinheads,
skinheads,
Persicomatizers, the gay movement,
Gay movement.
the lesbian
lesbian
movement,
movement,
spies,
spies,
workers of
workers
witchcraft,
of witchcraft,
NASA space
NASA
program,
space
Space program.
Army,
Army,
Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet,
Open up the internet.
and the
and
airwaves,
the airways,
open up the
Open
internet,
up the internet.
and the
and
airwaves,
the airways,
the cable access channel,
Cable access channel,
the radio channel,
radio channel,
convict the spirit
convict
With
the
the
spirit
spirit.
of any of thy people
Any of thy people.
that seek to stop
that
us
seek to stop us,
and bring swift destruction
Bring swift destruction.
to all the heathen
All the heathen.
that stand in the way
Stand in the way.
or try to stop
Try
Try
us
to stop us.
from broadcasting your word,
Broadcast your word.
from broadcasting your word,
Broadcast your word.
from broadcasting your
broadcast
word
your word
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the
Let
plagues.
loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the
Let
plagues.
loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the
Let
plagues.
loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go
Cause them to go
to and fro
to and fro
through the earth
through the earth
and consume
And
them.
consume them.
Let the plague,
Let the plague,
let the plague,
let the plague,
let the plague
let the plague
shake the house of the thief
shake the house of the thief
and the murderer.
and the murderer.
Let Yahushua,
Let Yahushua,
Michael and Gabriel,
Michael and Gabriel
come down
come down
with the flying saucers,
Flying saucers.
with the flying
with the
saucers,
flying saucers,
with the flying
with the
saucers,
flying saucers,
and punish all the heathen
Punish all the heathen
that come up against us
that come up against
as
us.
we speak thy
As we
word.
speak that word,
Cause to be known
cause to be known
by all
by all
that it is the angels
That is the angels
that have done it.
that have done it.
Cause to be spread
Cause to be spread
through the media,
through the media,
throughout the whole
throughout
world,
the whole world.
throughout the whole
Throughout
world.
the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of
In the
Yahushua.
name of Yahushua.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
So be it.
So be it.
Sir, return. We're going to give a courteous salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Imam Shabbat, Imaju, Barak.
Yahweh, Shem Yahushua,
So like we're going to courteous salute you, and then you'll salute the brothers back. Yep, Barak, Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, Barakatah,
Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Yazmatah. Sir, we're going to turn face the sisters. Men of Israel, Imam Shabbat, Imaju, Barak,
Yahweh Shem
Yahushua. Yazmatah, class dismissed.
That's right.
It's like about that. That's the original way to do it.
No, both
We
sides
just
right.
had so many classes where it wasn't no
Right,
ain't
right.
really
We
enough
didn't do
students
it.
to even
Yeah.
salute anybody except
Right.
ourselves.
Yeah, I had recently started doing it. I'm like, damn, it is what things supposed to.
Yeah, that's the original way to do it. Everybody salutes the teacher,
Yeah, most high
and then the
curse.
teacher salutes all the students back.